channel. Like go back to the main channel,
I see. Okay.
and it should be showing on a different page now.
Ah, yeah,
All
there you
right.
go.
Yep.
Cool.
So good. Okay,
Hey,
we're back.
hey, Tech, could you drop your mic volume a little bit?
Can I turn it up?
Yeah, I can barely hear it on my running Discord on my phone, and so my phone's at max volume.
Okay. Well, luckily for me, I could do that just from this little box here. Is that loud enough for you?
Yeah, thank you. That's a lot
That's
better.
honestly, it's too loud for me, so I'm turning down my headphones. Because basically, everything that's playing on this mixer here is playing in my headphones too, including my microphone.
I see. I could probably plug in my headphones and sound either too. I'm just saying I think like I don't really want to get them out right now, but
Yeah, I just sometimes get paranoid when it comes to audio. Like, oh, am I too loud, or is the music too loud, or something too? I don't know. Anyway, that's why I'm like, hey, give
see,
me a thumbs up if it's good.
this slides right into what I'm saying. I'm a very stickler for audio, so like I usually I've usually been using wired headphones mainly because like they have better sound quality than Bluetooth earbuds. But
Yeah.
the thing about it is like I've never actually had like a very great pair of headphones, and that's getting ready to change. So I'm really excited.
Oh, well, that's good. Yeah.
Mm.
I will say,
Well,
if you ever go looking for headphones, if you have any music store in the area, any kind of music
mhm.
store, that would be the place you want to go. Not Best Buy, not Walmart, not Radio Shack if those still exist. Electronic Express. Go to a music store.
Yeah,
Um,
it's not for specifically for it's not specifically wired for like streaming and stuff, but it's mainly I'm getting a pair of like the lowest end Beats for Christmas, and I'm
okay.
kind of excited to see how the quality sounds because I've only had one pair of wireless earbuds in my entire life, and they're not good. Like flat out, like I can barely hear stuff. So basically anything that's not basically almost anything is
Yeah.
like an upgrade, so I'm pretty excited.
Oh yeah, Anson. I don't know if you're watching the stream, but you should see me putting your name on the freaking. Hold up.
Yeah, I'm watching.
Let me get back on the stream.
Yeah. Basically,
I know Discord
you can
doesn't.
kind of see your little chat icon here. You should be able to, but it just like automatically knows basically. And your name tag is orange. Okay. Good. And now I can get rid of Wee Man. By Wee Man, I can get rid of. By that, I mean I can get rid of this thing.
Oh no, he's getting rid of me. Ah.
Yeah, that's what I've always wanted. No, never mind. uh, but
Hey, what?
but so you're not here anymore. Why is that? Because I can press this button and it'll swap to you.
That's great.
So I can control your volume this way. And then I can just push
That's
the button again and it'll swap to Anson. And then if I want to
I'll put
mute
the stream
you,
on like a TV or something.
if I want to mute you, I can just press on your icon. And now Anson is forcibly muted. And now you're not. So
Mhm.
hey, that's cool.
So
Apparently, I can turn up your volume to 200%. So Anson, you're extremely loud now.
Yeah.
Or
yeah, that was loud.
yeah. And now I can turn you. Oh, it turns. Wait, it turns your volume like high or low for everybody. I didn't know that.
And I just do that
Yay!
myself.
Yeah, I thought it would only affect my
I just
headphones.
do it myself.
Hmm.
I just
So,
made
Tech,
a
you've been
volume of
working
myself.
on any Clone Hero charts recently?
I really haven't. It's been a while since I really
Wow.
even touched the game. To be honest.
You
Uh,
gonna try be making ones for like if you do, are you gonna ever like convert them to yet another rhythm game too?
well, they're automatically converted. So
Oh,
that
Yarg does that. Yeah, I forgot.
yeah, they automatically work. The only thing it doesn't have obviously is the vocals, which I have to figure out a way to put those in if I ever want to do that. But yeah,
I
So
think York's really cool because like it actually has vocals. Like
so I can't hear anything because I just pressed the mute my headphones button. But
you. So that's one thing I
continue.
was like that was kind of bummed about Clone Hero not having.
Yeah. Oh, you mean just like the microphone option?
Yeah, like being able to plug in any USB microphone, and I don't know, like while everyone's playing guitar, you can sing Megadeth really badly, and until the game tells you suck.
Well, to my understanding, and I'm going to swap back to the main camera. To my understanding, the reason that was a thing, like the reason they didn't have that is because they didn't have any. At least the people developing Clone Hero didn't have the like technology to do that yet. And supposedly, when they made Trombone Champ, that's where they got the technology from. Because
Isn't like Clone Hero like what almost 10 years old at this point?
it came out in 2017, I think.
Okay, so we still got a couple years off.
Yeah. I mean, there have been multiple
Revisions, yeah.
revisions of it. Like I think there was like Phase Shift or something.
I go back and watch a bunch of like old clips from the game, and like the menus and stuff were completely different back then.
Okay, I'm going to swap to like the game, I guess, because I don't really have a game started. I just kind of wanted to stream to like just do a test run of this new equipment.
With the Stream Deck and stuff. Cool.
Yep. So, and I was just like, I'll just play some games that
Sweet.
everyone, or
Sweet.
mostly everyone can play.
You've been I even noticed you did a Xenoblade stream.
I did.
And are you do you like remember what to do after like 6 months? Because that's an issue I always have when I come back to RPGs.
Well, I remember the story, cause
Like
I definitely remember the story because I got to a point where like, how could you forget that moment? But as far as the specific things you have to do to get to like the next destination, I just kind of, I mean, it took me like maybe 10-20 minutes to get back into the swing. But
I'm gonna try and like dig deep on Xenoblade 1 over Christmas break because I want to get back into playing it. I was underleveled, honestly. Like I didn't want to do side quests and I was underleveled, and that's why.
where did you remember stopping?
Still only like 5 hours in the game. I just made it to like Gore Plain.
That's, I mean, to be honest, that's for 5 hours. That's like very far already.
Well, maybe not 5, but like I got it back in May, so like really early summer, and I haven't played it since like July, so it's been a bit. But I remember what happened with the story and everything.
Yeah. I mean, that's common. The thing is, if like I'm trying to think, if it's because like are you trying to focus mainly on story, or are you trying to do like side content and stuff along the way?
I usually actually play RPGs for the gameplay, which is weird, I know, because like a lot of them are story driven, but usually it's like gameplay first, then story. Because,
Okay, yeah.
Because like if I want to consume a story, I'll go watch TV or anime or a movie. So I usually, because like for me it's about the gameplay. Like for me, like the story could be terrible. I mean, the graphics could suck, but if that gameplay is like very fun, I'll still give the game like a 5 out of 10 because I had a fun time with the game. In fact, that's what I feel about Sonic 06, to be honest.
I don't think the same, but with that game in particular, I'm kind of the opposite, where I thought the story was better than the gameplay. But I get what you're saying though. Although I will say, I think some games, I think depending on the genre you're going into, I think they should be treated differently.
Yeah, and
Because like if you go into a puzzle game or something, there's no story.
you're not
There's
gonna
just
go into, like,
gameplay.
expect a big long story about the power of the Tetraminos and everything that comes together with making lines in Tetris or something like that.
Oh well, don't like. D- where was I going with that? Oh yeah, they actually did that in a game called in Puyo Puyo Tetris. Like there's a literal story about the Tetraminos and the Puyo Puyos.
I've actually been I was actually wondering, I was actually deciding on either that or saving my Switch credit because I got like $5 left on my Switch, and I know the first one goes on sale for $5 often, and I really like the demo because I really like both Puyo Puyo and Tetris.
Hey, I thought the game
But
was
I
cool.
think I'm just gonna wait till Danganronpa goes back on sale because I've been really wanting to play the first Danganronpa.
Oh, those games, yeah. I played those.
Oh, hold on, let me.
They are
Again,
fun. Huh?
Persona in it made me a weeb. When I was younger, I was really into them, and I've discovered the games again and really enjoy them.
Well, yeah, I
I'm
mean
now a
for
full-fledged anime fan.
For me, I had no problem with Puyo Puyo Tetris. Although, I think the voice acting can get kind of annoying because there's voice acting.
We all love like its name was like P, like the block character with the yellow Tetris blocks. Or no, her name's O, I believe, and it's like she just says P a lot, and that's what the thing that happens.
Oh, I don't remember. I just remember every time you like do a like
It's
a full line of Tetris or something like that, they'll be like, or they'll say something, and then if you get another one in a row, they'll say something else. If you get all four in a row, they'll be like Tetris.
Yeah, it's like that, but I'm gonna say too that that's been a staple of the Puyo games since the 90s. Like if you go back and play like something like Puyo Puyo Su on the SNES, it still has them saying it. It's just anime girls yelling Japanese. So
Well, no,
yeah.
I know of that. Obviously, my introduction to that was Mean Bean Machine, so not quite the
Yeah,
same.
yeah.
But
I'm pretty sure it was for most Westerners it was either Mean Bean Machine or Kirby's Avalanche.
uh, yeah, I think Mean Bean Machine was a little. Well, I mean, because like I'm trying to think which one would have been more popular at the time, and I'm assuming Sonic would have been more popular than Kirby at the time. But
I really liked like Mean Bean Machine, but like the thing about it was like I could like for the life of me never beat the second level, and I was like maybe it was just because I was like a stupid kid, but no, I went and tried to did it, and I couldn't do it like, but I could beat the third level like really easily. Which is
it took
weird.
me, huh? Oh,
Nothing.
it took me like.
Go ahead.
I mean, I did get to a point where I could get to like the fourth level, but it took like multiple tries to get past like to get there. After the fourth, I didn't care that much, but
Yeah.
yeah, I did like doing like the rush mode where it's just basically just keep going as much as you can before
Yeah, that's
the
fun.
game
I
kicks
like
you
that
out.
mode too.
But and that's what I did in Puyo Puyo Tetris. Most of the time, I just did the rush mode of both Puyo Puyo and Tetris, just because I don't know. One for a while there was like enough online players where you could do that, but after a while, like by a while I mean like 6 months to a year, no one was playing the game online. So
And then they made a sequel, and like probably no one plays the sequel either.
yeah, probably not. But I don't even know. I mean, I've seen the sequel. I don't know how different it was from the first game.
They probably just added like more game modes to both games. I do think it's cool though because like I really like both Puyo Puyo and Tetris, but I like columns. which is that really old Sega game.
Was it for the Genesis? I don't think I
Yes.
played that one.
It's very easy. It's very easy and very easy to grasp.
Mhm.
But like, there's something about it that's just kind of like odd, or like kind of soothing to me. Like it's just a chill game, and the music is like, it sounds really melancholic.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
The only
I got
other-
Guitar Hero 5.
The only other puzzle game I think I played that I was like, oh wow. Well, I'll say the only other puzzle game I think I played that I played like to the point of where I forgot what time of day it was. I'll just say, was Tetrasphere.
Oh yeah, that game on the N64.
Correct.
Yeah.
Tetrasphere, honestly, I know that a lot of people, apparently a lot of people did not like that game because they were like, how dare you change Tetris? And it's like,
Tetris is pretty stale after a little while.
yeah, I
It
mean,
gets
like,
a bit
dude,
boring.
like, there was already Tetris on the Nintendo 64, so if they're gonna make another Tetris game, holy crap, there's a lot of people here.
I laugh at that because they released Tetris 2 for the NES. It was just like a reskin of Tetris 1.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So, yeah. At a certain point, if Tetris is already, especially on the 64, where it's like, you know, it wasn't like you could download little bitty, little kind of throwaway games. You had to go out and buy them.
Yeah.
So if you already had Tetris, you had Tetris. So if there was another Tetris game that wasn't normal Tetris, like, who cares? It's like the other Tetris probably already existed on the system. So get that, and then also get Tetrasphere. You don't have, in fact, you don't even have to get it if you don't want it. So, so if you got it,
What's your thoughts on Puzzle League, or its Japanese name, Panel de Pong?
never played it.
I like it, and it's in Animal Crossing.
No.
It's on Animal Crossing New Leaf in the 3DS, which is where I was introduced to it.
Wasn't there a Pokemon Puzzle League?
Pokemon Puzzle League.
Yeah. The only Pokemon puzzle game I remember was Pokemon Troze on the DS, which was I completely forgot. I completely forget what the actual object of the game was. It was kind of like
Was it the match 3 one where you'd match three Pokemon icons of the same Pokemon?
yeah. It was basically a carbon copy of like Bejeweled on the like one of those old like computer like games or like, I guess like Candy Crush would be Candy Crush would be a good comparison of it. I don't know how Candy Crush works. Or you know what? You ever played Mario Party 4 on the GameCube?
Yeah, I have 4 and I played 4 and 7. Those are the GameCube ones I played.
You know that puzzle game puzzle mini game where you had to you were basically playing a puzzle mini game and it was you move blocks around and stuff. That was kind of what Pokemon Troze was.
Yeah, I think I played Troze had has a sequel of sorts on a 3DS but it was bogged full of microtransactions, but since I was a broke really young kid at the time and it was free, I played it kind of a lot and I liked it. It was okay.
Yeah. The only thing I remember about that game was the I just got what are the odds of that? I just got zapped while holding the zap. Like, I was about to zap everybody, but I got zapped out of my zap. Huh?
I know you can use the you can use the Star is a shock dodge, and you can actually dodge the
Well, yeah,
bull
you
shock
could.
from up
Yeah,
there.
you can use the star if you have the star.
Yeah.
And you know, it's fun. I just used the star, and I also had the zap. And
You
like
know,
right
they
after
have,
the star ended, I got zapped while holding the zap, and then I got the boo right after. I don't know. The sequence of events that just happened was kind of bizarre. Anyway, back to whatever we
They
were
got rid
talking.
of what's the thing called where they started to get rid of it where you like
Rubber banding.
stop for a second and you get into 11th place and you get good items.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
is it like item
sandbagging.
smuggling? Oh yeah, sandbagging. That's what it's called.
Well,
Oh,
I
it's called
mean,
item
I
smuggling.
guess that's what they
Bagging,
call.
really, just really just bagging.
Yeah, I mean, sa-
Ah,
sandbagging has a different meaning in other places, but I guess in this game, it's like intentionally staying, you know.
any one place to get better items to make a comeback.
Or yeah, and then usually yeah.
Well, hey, look,
Which I mean,
it's not foolproof because it's not a 100% win because if you do that because there are people who will just you know intentionally like spin out at the start, then get a bullet
I'm trying to
bill.
split on it. Like, it's
Me?
fine, but also not fine. Like,
To me, it should only just be just as an option, not be broken, not be broken, not just be an option.
You like an option to
yeah,
turn
an
it
option
off.
probably good. Yeah, like have an on and off switch
Like-
for it.
Yeah, because like to
An
me,
option that you can do.
to me that was like that was one of the strategies you could either especially and to me like people like if you're kind of if you're like a player that's just always in first, you never really have to worry about that, but
Yeah, it was mainly for like the people who are in like a second through a sixth or so.
to me that's like taking away like a primary strategy of the game. Because you've always, I think you could always do that in it, like any Mario Kart game.
Yeah.
It was never like a glitch that just happened to be in Mario Kart. It was like, yeah, you could abuse that. And like
Yeah, I did that when I was playing a friend's son. Like me and I have a friend who goes thrifting a lot, so he's found a bunch of like random DS's thrifting. So we
Yeah.
like to play Mario Party and Mario Kart via download play, usually in the mornings before class.
That's reminding me, or just I just kind of had an epiphany. What if when they added the ability to,
I
You-
cannot.
oh yeah, there's a blue shotgun.
What the hell am I here?
What if when they added the ability to choose like the items that you play with in online, they also allowed. What if they also allowed you to choose the, like what places they come, they appear in?
It's
So you
well,
make
in this
it
game,
so
it's
everyone gets
distance
stars in
based
first
instead.
place and make people get bananas in 12th.
Why not? Look, hey, look. If you're personalizing the game, I'm just saying. But you could also make it more fair than the game does by itself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like no, I did really like download play though because it's good for it's good for people who only have one copy of a game because like
That's
to
a
me it
completely
sucks
different
because I'm like a friend really wants to
way to
well,
change
like,
the subject.
I
But
wanna-
yes,
I want to play a game with a friend and they're like, well basically you can't do much because you got to be like on Switch, which is like the only big like really massive handheld console now. Everyone's got to have their own copy of the game or like you can't play anything. Which is why they had stuff that they had on the DS and PSP was so cool.
oh well, that's why That's why the DS. Well, that's why the DS was so popular. The DS is the second highest selling console of all time. The only thing that sold better than
Behind the
it.
cheap DVD player, I mean PS2.
Well, I mean, the DS is the cheap handheld, basically, because the PSP was way more expensive than the
Yeah, it was like
DS.
Hmm.
Plus, I think after they made the DS Lite was cheaper than the original DS, which
I actually kind of want to get a DS Lite for really stupid reasons. So
I have a
Yeah.
DS Lite.
I want to get a DS Lite because I want to see how bad the DS Guitar Heroes are.
Oh, I have the DS Guitar Hero. That's the only game I have on it, and it's.
Which one? There's four. Which one?
I have the. I mean, they're
Is it?
they're all on tour, but I think
Yeah,
it's
no,
decades.
no, they're not all on tour.
There's on tour,
It's
and then there's
Band Hero. Band Hero DS is not the fourth game.
I don't count Band Hero. I mean, it's the same developer,
Band
and
Hero is the best one though. Band Hero on DS, bro, they got freaking. You can play freaking drums and you can sing. You can sing Fall Out Boy on your DS. It's the best invention of the world.
you can play drums, but you can't play it. I don't.
You can play drums, but you can't play drums because it's like
Well,
like on tour.
Well,
Like
really,
the rock
really,
band.
because like all you do, because first of all, the quote drum attachment doesn't really attach anything. It's just like a little rubber piece that wraps
Yeah.
around the DS. You could literally play it without the attachment.
That way it just plays like the PSP and their PSP Rock Band game and the Rock Band games on DS,
I mean, yeah.
which just play like Rock Band Blitz. I'm not gonna lie though, the PSP Rock Band is like really good if you have all the DLC. Like it's got a really complete set list.
To me, it's not the same unless you're playing it on.
With a plastic instrument.
Yeah.
I would say
Now, if
I
you
would say
could
that
now
too.
now if you could somehow connect a plastic instrument to your little PSP
you get,
screen.
like a crazy contraption allows you to play your plastic guitar on the tiny, 6-inch DS screen.
Yeah,
You
man.
put it in your backpack.
Well, no, you attach it to your face so you can see it.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I'm talking out of my ass right now, but yeah. What are you saying, Ensign? I just got hit by shells.
Yeah, I saw that first off.
Yeah.
And
Oh, that was you, wasn't it?
at the time.
Oh, I thought I almost got lava'd, but I did not. So.
The reason I'm so fine with it is because, like, I'm someone who's never played the first 3 Guitar Heroes. Guitar Hero 3 is Guitar Hero 4 in my opinion. Anyways, because, with the guitar controller, I've always played them with the DualShock because I have yet to find a PS2 SG thrifting and I'm not spending $30 on a PlayStation 2 guitar.
Good point. I do know that you. Well, I mean, I know that GH2 is on the 360.
It is. I have my Guitar Hero stuff for Wii and PS3.
Okay. Because that's where I got. I mean, I never had the game on. Actually, well, I knew someone that had the game on the 360, but I got the Explorer, and that's where the Explorer came from. Was from that
Yeah.
set.
The Explorer is awesome because it has a built. It's like set up for USB immediately, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I personally don't like it because one, the button, like the fret buttons, are very uncomfortable. But the USB is nice because I don't have to worry about that. So.
Yes, the 360 set list of GH2 is awesome. I like they added like.
Yeah, they added
some
more
songs
songs.
They added MCR, and that's awesome.
Oh.
But
What is that?
yeah, I've never played 1, 2, or 80s on the guitar controller, and I've actually gotten pretty good on DualShock because I've almost beaten GH80s on the DualShock with I just can't beat Play With Me because I can't do freaking what's it called the thing where it's like green red green yellow blue orange green red, like that.
Oh, I don't know. That's to me. One. I'm not that enthusiastic to play the old 3 games. One, I never had a PS2. I knew people that had a PS2, and that's what I played them on. But
Oh yeah, speaking of PS2, when I went game shopping on I believe Thursday on like last Saturday, I saw Xenogears on PS2.
oh, on PS2,
Yeah, it was some Xeno game made by
it would.
Monolith on PS2.
Did it have Cosmos on the front?
Yeah, I was because I was like it was like $30, so I didn't have that kind of money, but
Oh
it was
wow,
still
that
pretty cool.
honestly, if I saw it for $30, I would have gotten it because it's going for like hundreds of dollars online. So
It might it was a Xeno game by Monolith Soft. I don't know if it was.
it would have been
Xenogears,
Saga.
but
It would have been Xenosaga.
Okay.
Xenosaga. That's the one that's like a trilogy. Did it say episode 1?
I think so.
Yeah.
I was either gonna get a Guitar Hero 5, which I got, or Disgaea, because Disgaea is cool.
Did the box art have a girl with silver hair on the front?
I did not look at the box art. I just looked at the labels because you know how they have the game stores where they just have the labels at the end.
Yes. Darn it. Because like it. I mean, Xenogears is what you asshole just threw fireballs. Xenogears was only on the PS1, which I have Xenogears, but I've been looking hard for a Xenosaga. Huh?
Well, if I go back there, I'll try to remember to take a picture if they still got it, and then I'll send it to you.
Let's see here. Yeah. If it was episode 2 or 3, then that is a steal. Because
it was most likely episode 1.
yeah, well, I mean,
it's so cool.
Those games are like, I'm pretty sure I've heard they're like extremely long
They're
games.
highly wanted.
Well, yeah, highly coveted, for sure, and also extremely long because they have like 20-hour cutscenes. By 20-hour, I mean like the entire runtime of the cutscenes are like 20 hours per game.
Nice.
With I think the first game has very minimal gameplay, like actual gameplay, but second and third games like added more stuff in it. Because I've seen gameplay of like
The main reason I got the PS2 was so I could play some RPGs.
Well, hey, I did play Xenosaga, the first episode, for like 3-4 hours until I got to a point where I was like, I don't know what to do now. And then, but that was on emulation. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm still looking for because like you have to emulate most of those old RPGs because like, dude, I'm surprised I found freaking Persona 4 for $35. Like, that was surprising for me, because like I know both of the Persona games on PS2 are like pretty coveted. Like
Yeah.
when I saw like I know Persona 3 Faz goes for like $50 to $75 depending on what area you're in. And, well, I don't usually have that type of money, being a high schooler without a job, but
Yeah.
it's still, like, I'm glad that those games get released, like, really often, but not Persona 3 Fest, because they released the PSP version, which I prefer because it has better gameplay, but, like, the story is completely, like, terrible because it's a visual novel for the story part entirely, so...
My most
Agreed.
coveted game right now is one that's like $300 for the GameCube.
What is it?
Or I think like the lowest I've ever found was like $100-something. But it's Fire Emblem and Path of Radiance, the one with Ike in it on the GameCube.
I think I know I think I found my when I went to this is weird. What Fire Emblem game is on the Wii? Because I remember
That one is
my,
Radiant Dawn. That one's the second, like, so there were two games with Ike in it, and that was like a sequel to the GameCube one.
I see, because I remember we had school gaming club and my history teacher brought that game up, so I never tried it because I had never played a Fire Emblem game, but that was still pretty cool.
I think if you like sort of any kind of strategy game, to me it's, or if you're like, man, I want a game that is like so hard. And by so hard, I mean like frustrating if you play it in hard mode.
Permadeath's part of those games.
Well, yeah, the old games, the old Fire Emblem games, they didn't have a non-permadeath option. So, in fact, the first one that did was Awakening on the 3DS, which is why that one was so popular. That and they put the characters in Smash Brothers. But aside from that, and because everyone had a 3DS at the time.
Yeah. I've never played a strategy RPG. I do want to try one very soon because I've actually been really wanting to try out a strategy RPG because I've heard really good things about that series, and and it wasn't that expensive for the first one on PS2, so yay.
Yeah, I know that I think you have a 3DS, right?
Yeah, but it's basically
Well, yeah, it's not very
let's
easy
just
to
say
find
it's
games.
gone through some issues, and basically most games are unplayable, and I have to do a lot of repairs to the system, and I don't know if I'm physically gonna go through repairs or not.
Oh, well, because I was gonna say if you could find Project X Zone, that's a good.
Yeah, Project Cross sounds so cool, but like, I think it's one of those really coveted games, and I mean, if I find a 3DS like really well thrifting, I could always go a different route. But yeah, on my completely legal and very great 3DS games that I totally got off money. But I need to find like another 3DS basically, and then I'm running. Because I've actually only ever modded one console.
Yeah, you need to find. Yeah, you can find a 3DS with, by totally legal means using money.
Yeah, definitely. I actually have only modded one console in my entire life though, and it always felt like a really big achievement for me, which is cool. I did it with a phone too. Like I didn't even have a computer. I didn't have a computer of my own at that time.
Well,
so
I've never modded a console, but I've bought a modded console.
Well, it was a soft mod. It was I mean like software, but.
And by modded console, I mean a basically
like
a retro player, a retro game, like a retro game console that just plays all the different, systems that they have attached to it.
Yeah, that's yeah, like people who mod their system so they can get better like video out.
Well, like I have a Retron Game Boy player, so I can play Game Boy Advance and Game Boy Color and Game Boy games
cool.
on it. But there's some that like they can play like the Sega Genesis and SNES and NES.
That's like the Retron 5, I believe.
I mean, there's like 5 different ones that I've seen. But yeah, I see them all the time, and like mostly I see them at Great Escape all the time. Actually, like that's where I see them the most. Ironically.
I usually see them at the local game store that not my local game store, because I have one that's like 10 minutes from where I live, but the one that's in a bigger city, like outside of where I live, about 30 minutes from.
Sorry.
That has more than just video games. Yeah, I see them there.
Actually speaking of which,
I went back there and they had some Food Wars Blu-rays, and that was pretty cool.
I have one game store near me that is selling a Dreamcast for $99.
Okay, I don't know. because it's a really good deal, but like
With
they go for like $150. I was lucky because I asked for mine for my like birthday in like 2018, and I think my dad only spent $70
No,
on
go away.
mine, which is pretty good.
Oh, what an asshole! I got hit with the blue shell. I tried to like yeet myself off the stage to avoid the blue shell, but the blue shell hit me and I landed back on the stage. Like it hit me and the blast pushed me back to the stage, which is stupid.
That is very.
Yeah.
That is a great highlight.
I got flattened by the note. Anyway, I lied. That didn't happen.
Also, other thing about Dreamcast is too, physical games, expensive. Like,
Well, yeah.
I own 4 physical games, and Sonic Adventure 2 on the Dreamcast is the rarest piece of video game media I own. So,
Sure.
yay.
No. For me,
Now,
if
there is
I were to ever
another
get
method, if you have a thing called a CD burner, and you can get like totally legal games from some other methods, and then you can play any game you want pretty easily, because I don't even believe you have to mod your system like at all to even run like burnt CDs. But
well, for me, if I were to get a Dreamcast, the one game I would want over anything would be the first Soul Calibur.
yeah, First Soul Calibur is sick.
Well, like
I
it makes
actually
you sick
played
or
Soul
it's
Calibur
good.
2 for the
sick.
first time, and I played it on the arcade of all things. Like
I played
the
Soul Edge
Naomi
on the arcade.
version.
Soul Edge is
was-
a little iffy.
It was pretty fun. I got through the entire game, and I played through as I'm probably gonna butcher this. Zhonghua?
Xianghua.
Zhonghua. Okay,
Is she the one that says "just kidding"?
I think so. I had a friend who really liked her, like when I was younger, and
She's voiced by
not-
Wendy
she's
Lee.
Not really younger, but like a year or two ago, and that's the one character I've always remembered from the game. Aside from the fact they got freaking Spawn, Heihachi, and Link in the console versions, because of course they did.
Well, yeah. Well, huh. Now they have the quote the console versions available on like digital download on the PS3 and Xbox, or the PSN and Xbox like online stores.
Xbox Live, yeah, okay.
But
yeah.
so they come with Spawn and Heihachi together, but no Link. No Link.
Because
Obviously.
Nintendo like that's the same reason why Samus didn't show. Like I guess Nintendo's like not great about showing up things though. I've heard the story about. Like I know this is like not way out of your game range, but we were supposed to be getting Samus in Fortnite.
Oh.
And Nintendo was like, nope, we're not putting it on PlayStation and Xbox and PC. So.
I mean, I agree with that though. But when I say I agree with that,
Then they did that for Master Chief and they did that for Kratos too. So like.
well, the reason I say that is because I think in the long run, I think it's good that Nintendo is like, I guess, not as not as playful with their IPs as some of the other companies, because they're trying to keep everything sort of.
Not trying to make another CDI situation.
That, and I think that they're trying to, because like there's been talk. Did you hear the thing of Phil Spencer saying, "Oh yeah, we tried to buy Nintendo one time," and I'm like, "No,
Yeah.
we're not even gonna like entertain that idea. So not only are we gonna not let you buy us, but we're not even gonna let you like let you use our characters." Like I'm surprised they're even making movies, to be honest. Like the fact that they're making movies is surprising enough.
Yeah, and yeah, but without that partnership, we would have never got like Banjo-Kazooie on Nintendo Switch Online. Like Banjo-Kazooie, great game, one of the best games of my childhood. But like, and I'm so glad that like, people can experience it again, because it's like,
Yeah.
it's a really great game, and it was only released like on N64 or Xbox Live, so like.
Yeah. I do think that well, I mean, unfortunately, that game is like never getting a sequel because one, Rare is like dead basically.
Never getting a sequel.
And
you mean Nuts and Bolts is never getting a sequel? Like we're never getting any more Banjo content past.
well,
Nuts and Bolts.
let's just say we're never getting a any kind of
Banjo-Kazooie
reboot of
3
the series because
Before, yeah.
unless somehow some way Rare just decides, you know what, let's rehire the old
Put the band
team.
back together.
Yeah, let's get the band back together and fire everyone that's already currently on the team. Which even then,
Yeah.
I don't think I don't know, because the last time the band was back together, we got Ukulele, which wasn't a horrible game, but it wasn't like a Banjo Kazooie game.
Still have yet to play it. I've yet to form my own opinions on it. I've been waiting to just that day where I get the Switch version because like Tui and Kazooie are really big parts of my childhood, so I've actually really wanted to play
Okay, ukulele. I will say the only thing I didn't hate ukulele. I liked the music because I was like, oh yeah, finally we're getting this type of music back.
It's great.
Yeah, Croco. But I didn't like that they took out. They were supposed to have JonTron voicing like a character in the game, and I thought that I think they
They removed Donkey from Sonic Mania.
who?
Oh, you don't know Donkey then. So in Sonic Mania, there's this. They had a character in Sonic Mania. They had a thing in Sonic Mania where you enter a button combination and a character, and a famous YouTube personality that you do not know, but a lot of people do, would say something. But since Mania Plus came out, they removed it.
Okay. Oh, wait a second. Well, I'm about to research this then. Cause I've had Sonic Mania since it came out, so I don't remember.
They removed it in an update, so yeah. But because I remember doing it because the Sonic Mania was one of the first games I got with my first Switch. Before that,
Yeah.
went and blue screened on me.
Okay. Wow, and first actually. Oh, and then I jinxed it. But I'm actually not doing bad right now.
I've been playing. I've actually been getting back into playing the Switch. I've been trying to beat through a little bit of my catalog because
I've been playing Minecraft a lot. I'm sure people have seen.
Minecraft is one of those games where I think Minecraft is still gonna be around in even 10 years. It's gonna be there's still gonna be a dedicated community to it, but it might not be as popular as it was.
I don't know. To me, Minecraft just keeps coming back into the scene out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Because there was a while when no one was talking about it, and then all of a sudden, some big YouTuber plays it, and now everyone's talking about it again.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Right.
It's kind of, to me, it's kind of like I don't know. I'm trying to think of an analogy game. What's another It's kind of like a, not to go political, but it's kind of like an election. Happens every 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every 4 years, some new guy comes out and bam, Minecraft happy again.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, out of the segue back to the video games, but yeah, I agree with that, because I was about to say some other game craze, but Call of Duty comes out every year, so I couldn't compare it to Call of Duty.
Yeah, Call of Duty. I'm someone I've had very good memories with those games, but I'm not
Last time I played it was Black Ops 2. To me, that was the last time I played a Call of Duty game. Last time I was satisfied playing
Black Ops multiplayer and zombies hits different. I love those. I love the zombies in multiplayer, but the campaigns, I'm not into big war shooters. I like my shooters fun and colorful. I like my shooters fun and colorful.
I will say,
Not
I've
Splatoon colorful, but
I have Doom. I actually like Doom.
Right.
Doom
I like
2016.
Splatoon 2. I'm just not. I'm not good at Splatoon. I'm terrible.
And then one that I do have that I want to play, like I want to play, is like the original Halo, because I know Halo's not like a war game. It's like it's kind of like a space opera story.
It's a space. It's a space. Yeah, it's a space shooter. I mean, I mean not like
And
a
actually,
space shooter as in like 80s space shooters, but like.
no, yeah,
like
it's basically you know, like you could imagine it just not being in space, and it would still be a good, you know, just a decent shooter. I one that I want to finish eventually, or I want to get the remaster is freaking Metroid Prime. I want to get Metroid Prime. I got the original game on the GameCube. The only reason I haven't gone back to it is because I don't like the controls on the GameCube. But it uses like normal shooter controls on the remake, so I actually want to get that game. But it's full price. I think it was like $50.
Games like I'm someone who remembers Nintendo Selects titles. Where
Yes.
they make some of the really good titles like 3 to 4 years in, like $20, and that was awesome because I could, like that's the reason that I found Animal Crossing, and I love Animal Crossing, and I would have never found it if it wasn't $20 on the eStore.
Yeah. I'm trying to like, because to me, for one, I mean obviously. I'm trying to wrap my head around, because they did that even on the Wii U, and to me, like, if any system shouldn't have had, you know, like, shouldn't have had, I guess, discounts on their games, that was probably should have been the Wii U, because it was so, like, not selling well, that, you know, selling your games cheap would have made it worse, but they did it anyway. So I'm like, okay. To my understanding, I don't think I've ever seen
Wii U owners.
Yeah. To my understanding, I don't think I've ever seen a Switch game be re-released for like cheaper, ever.
Okay, so.
First party.
But there is a Mario game that's like that.
Which Mario game?
Mario Rabbids.
Okay, first party, because that one's Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Primarily Ubisoft. When I say, like, that's why I said Nintendo.
Like I'm telling you, any big Switch game, 60 bones. Pop 60 bones, you get a new Switch game. And that's actually the reason why I actually got into retro collecting as young as I did, because like, you can get like. For the price of like a Switch game, you can get like 2 or 3 good Wii titles. Well, you can't anymore because people are paying like $30.
Shoot, I could get 10 Sega Genesis games right now for that much.
10 good Sega Genesis games.
I could get 10 any Sega Genesis games.
I think no. Not any games, but
oh yeah.
I mean like but you can get like, I believe Sonic 3 is only like $7-8, and that's great.
I mean
Sonic
that's
3 is a masterclass of gaming.
I mean I have it. When I got the Sega Genesis, like again after like 20 years, that was like the primary target was Sonic 3 or Sonic and Knuckles or both, but they only had Sonic 3 at the time. So I was like, shoot, I have to get
some of my old man's old Sega games in my room.
Although I've seen Sonic and Knuckles, like the lock-on cartridge Sonic and Knuckles going for like $100. So
what?
At some places.
Excuse my language. Fuck.
I'm just saying, like that particular, because that was the only cartridge of its kind. So. I've seen that going for like high prices at certain stores. I've seen it gone, you know.
I don't know, man. That's
obviously I wouldn't buy it for that much, but I'm just saying. Like to my understanding, because like I've seen that. Actually, yeah. To my understanding, I think the most popular, like the most sold Sonic game on the system was probably Sonic 2.
Yeah, it was Sonic 2.
So I would think that that would be the more expensive game if you were gonna get a Sonic game on the Sega Genesis now.
Stuff that sells really well is also like means it's more common, basically.
Well,
I'm
yeah.
saying like.
Well, yeah, that just means there's more copies of them out there.
I'm
But
gonna say like using a more modern example, like saying something like I don't know, like Guitar Hero Smash Hits. That game did not sell at all, so
Yeah.
copies are really expensive and it's hard to find.
funnily enough, I got that game like maybe 3-4 years ago for like $7 at GameStop.
Oh yeah, GameStop, dude. GameStop gave me Super Paper Mario for like $10 like 2 years ago, and I'm so glad because that game's like $30 now.
Yeah, GameStop don't know market value. Cause like
Yeah.
like
They do on their website, but they don't. But they didn't in store. Like my local GameStop for a little while, like they got rid of like all their the 360, PS3, and Wii games because like they're like we're gonna make room for everything else, and now they're back, and I'm like they have like nothing really they have left in their interest me, but
Yeah.
I just find it kind of funny.
like I sometimes I feel like going to GameStop and being like, yeah, so like like I'm looking for a game or something that they have on the shelf for like $7 or something like that, and I'm like, oh yeah, thanks for like making me come here. Like to me, that's a dumb move on their part. Like, oh, y'all want to make money, right? These things are going for like $30, $40, sometimes $100 in used
I'm
games.
gonna say something. On Wii though, it started being like that. Like Mario Galaxy 2, I'm kind of regretting because I remember at my local game store before they moved locations, they had a copy of Mario Galaxy 2 for like $12 in like 2017 when I was like 9, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Sonic Adventure DX, and I got Sonic Adventure DX, and
Well, hey,
it's
look.
also like $40 now, so I'm still glad, but like.
Well, hey, look, the Wii is going on 20 years old. Like, in 2026, it'll be 20 years old.
The 360 will be 20 years old in 2 years.
Yes.
The DS will be 20 next year.
Yeah, because it came out in
It
2004.
will.
Yeah.
2004.
Yep. Yeah, wasn't that the same press conference that freaking Reggie said, I'm kicking ass, I'm taking names, and we're making games or something like that?
Dude, I kind of want to go back to early 2000s Nintendo because I learned about this thing on Nintendo called this thing Nintendo ran from 2003 to 2007 called the Nintendo Power Fest Tour, and it was a bunch of emo bands and new Nintendo games. And I'm like, I want to go see that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was like, bro, let's go to the Nintendo concert. Let's go play Metroid Prime 3, and then go watch freaking your Fall Out Boys, your Panic at the Discos, your My Chemical Romances, sing hit songs, hit Midwest emo bangers, or something.
Yeah, well.
And there's a funny story where they had to remove the Twilight Princess demo because like no one was gonna see the shows. Like they were just playing Twilight Princess.
I mean, why wouldn't you? But also, I don't know. To me, that era was the era of going to McDonald's and playing the games in the play place.
Yeah, I remember I've seen screenshots of those where they had like Grimace on them and they had Mario Kart Double Dash.
Well, so in my day they had Nintendo 64, but I've never seen the GameCube ones, but I've heard of them having. Basically, it was like
I've heard about them from my older cousins because yeah, I'm one of the youngest in my family, so.
Well, yeah, the problem now is like because of how like. One, how modern the games are, and like everything's wireless now, so it's not as easy to you know, friggin' nail the controllers to the screen or whatever. And also, I don't know what it is, but I feel like it would be more likely to get stolen nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I think that's what they're more afraid of.
They still do GameStop kiosks though, like I played Mario Wonder first actually at GameStop. Actually, well, I played it at Target, but
that's the first time that was when I first played Mario Galaxy was on the GameStop kiosk. And actually, like when I played it on the GameStop kiosk, I was like, holy crap, this game's freaking amazing. Like just the concept. I'd only like
for a hot take.
continue.
Well, aside from deers, hot take number one, Mario Galaxy. I couldn't get into it. I did not like what I played.
Okay, well here's the difference. I'm talking about the demo I played at GameStop, not the game itself. What? And I'm talking about it from my perspective of having come from there only being a GameCube, and now there being a Wii, and this new.
Oh yeah, I could see like coming and like seeing seeing how like incredible motion controls are back then. Like the Wii sold like hotcakes, and everyone was trying to implement motion controls.
I didn't even care about the motion controls. I just thought the game was cool at the time. Like I didn't like to me when the Wii was coming out, I didn't even care about the motion controls. I was seeing a Mario game, and I was seeing a Zelda game, and I was seeing whatever the other game was that was coming
Zelda
out.
game also came out on GameCube, but anyways, details.
Yeah, but they were marketing it for the Wii. And they were like, oh yeah, we were supposed to release this on the GameCube too, so here we'll plop it
It was
on.
actually a Breath of the Wild situation where it was like one of the last GameCube games and the first Wii games, and
Yes.
it was like the last Wii U game, and it was the first Switch game.
Well, so the actual timeline was they were actually supposed to release it on the GameCube, but what happened was, like the Zelda game that they came out with. At first on the GameCube was Wind Waker, obviously, and the problem with Wind Waker was everyone was expecting their, like, you know, gritty, dark, realistic looking Zelda game, and then they come out with a cartoon looking Zelda game, which, you know, like
was like the new Zelda sucks.
where's you know, what happened to the realistic, like, what's this cartoon ass Zelda game? Coming out, and then so they're like, oh shoot, now we have to make a realistic looking Zelda. Although I'm pretty sure they were like probably right after, because I'm pretty sure they had to have been making Wind Waker like while they were still developing the GameCube, because it only came out like a couple years after the GameCube came out. And back then, game development took way longer than it does now.
I think what happened was like, because Majora's Mask was like an early 2001
yes.
N64 title, and what happened was it came out, and then they probably went on straight to Wind Waker because the GameCube was releasing not that long from now, and then so yeah, it was pretty early in the
Well, and also Majora's Mask came right off of Ocarina of Time and basically used the exact same engine as Ocarina of Time. So, you know, it probably I would say they were probably working on both games at the same time. They were probably working on, because to me, Majora's Mask, it was more of a story thing where they really only had to write the story of the game. All the assets were already there. So they just had to kind of move things around to change sort of how the game felt. But ultimately, like, you look at the game and it looks basically the same as Ocarina of Time. So it probably didn't take them that long to make that game in comparison to Ocarina of Time. So they either, you know, because you said it came out in 2001, right?
Yeah, Majora's. Well, it was either I
like
think
2000 or
I'm
2001.
pretty sure it was 2001. It might have been late 2000.
But so if it was 2000, then they definitely had two separate teams working on two different Zeldas, and one was like the Swan Song of the 64, and the other one was supposedly the big Zelda on the GameCube, and I think that could explain that could be the reason why Wind Waker looks the way it does too. Because they were like, oh, well, we probably don't have time to make the realistic looking Zelda right now, so let's go for a little art style. Go for more of an art style. One, so we don't have to work so hard on the graphics. And two, to be kind of weird. Because another thing about the GameCube was that GameCube was the console where all the weird games came out on. So, it in good ways or bad ways. Like, I think some of the best games came out of the GameCube because they were weird. But, case in point, Double Dash. But
I think of the Ribbit King, which is a completely strange and stupid game where you play golf with frogs.
on the GameCube,
Yes, and
Yeah.
it's also on PS2. And the GameCube version is like stupid expensive because of course it is.
yeah. Well, even I mean, there's so many just kind of. If you go through Nintendo's, arsenal of franchises, right? They all kind of look the same, or Mario Dance. Yes, that's right. DDR Mario Mix was on the GameCube. Like, what the frick?
Mario Mix. Oh, Donkey Konga. Freaking
Oh, yeah.
heaven.
Wasn't Jungle Beat too with the bongos?
Yeah, they were all with bongos, and Jungle Beat was like a platformer that you played
With the bongos.
You jumped by clapping.
Yeah. But so I was like, so all the, I guess before the GameCube, all the games that came out for each franchise prior were like, okay, Mario was a normal Mario game. It was by the book games, and then the GameCube was like, no, you know what? Let's flip the script.
Water and a jetpack.
Hey, look, to me that was the most interesting Mario got, to be honest.
I like Sunshine from what I played. It was just like, I got like 15 shines in. And
Yeah, Kirby's Air Ride. Yeah.
And I was like, what do I do now?
By the way, if you've ever played Kirby's Air Ride, play that game again and look at how identical that game looks to Smash Brothers Brawl.
I have not.
Just look at the
But-
menu screen.
I
Just
do
look-
remember. I have a pretty good memory of Brawl. I think I got it like not very long after, I think 5th grade. And I remember one Sunday I brought my Wii over to another house, and
Yeah.
I just spent like the entire day playing for Subspace, and it was pretty interesting.
Hey, I still think probably today, Smash Brothers Brawl is probably the Smash Brothers game that is probably the one I've sunk the most hours in. Just because there was too much to do in that game. And it was all like, unlike in Wii U and Ultimate, where kind of the time you spend playing the game is just playing versus matches, and that's about
played
it.
so much Ultimate Online that it's like unreal. Like, I've probably spent at least a collective 1,000 hours of playing Ultimate, like with everything inside of it.
Yeah. Well, if I bring Wii U into it, that one at least had trophies. Like, to me, I was in Brawl and in Wii U, I was interested in collecting all the trophies and stuff. So,
Not the same with PNGs.
yeah, it's not the same. I mean, and it would be okay if they had like little fun facts about each PNG like they did the trophies, but they don't even have that, which
It's just like, ha ha ha, PNG of insert random Mario character here.
yeah, and also what sucks too is they're just reused PNGs from Like PNGs you can literally find on Google right now.
Oh
You-
yeah, didn't Brawl have the
why.
stickers too? You could get stickers in Brawl, and they like improved you in like subspace.
Yeah. What were you saying, Anson?
I understand why they made the change.
Oh, from trophies to the spirits. Probably because it took less, like, it probably took less
And they
development
made
time.
trophies.
They were like, you know what? Instead of
I gotta use the restroom.
okay, yeah, because it probably I would assume it takes a lot more time to, you know, program 3D models of every single character, you know.
Didn't
in
they
their-
also have to make them physically too? The trophies?
Well, yeah. I mean, if you really think about it, all the like, what the frick? I just got shelled. Going through the. Oh my god, this is taking forever, and they're going so slow. Someone shelled me while I was going through the little cannon, and then Blackatoo picks me up, and he's taking me at like half a mile an hour. I'm like, get me to the top. What the? Anyway, what was your question? I forgot.
And I forgot what I was saying.
Okay. Something about Smash Brothers and trophies and stickers and stuff.
It's damn bad.
And versus the spirits. Oh, why they took them out? Yeah, it's probably because I mean, I do think Ultimate's like a good game by itself as far as the core gameplay of it, but I think they rushed the content part of it. Like, they were like, you know what, let's just get a Smash Brothers game out, and let's make it so that, you know, it feels fun to play the game, but that all they care about is playing the multiplayer and not about the single player. Because, like, there's really nothing to do single player wise.
Yeah.
Like, yes, there's the World of Light, but, like, that's just, like, basically a replacement for the event matches is what they basically are.
Yeah, this and then classic mode is basically the same for most every character. It's the exact. Well, I mean, it's not because you have like.
Well, yeah,
different
they kind of storyboard the classic mode, but even with that, it's like, yeah, but every other game, every Smash Brothers game has classic mode. So I don't like, to me, I don't count that because it's like, yeah, but you can do that in literally every Smash game. They added several modes post launch. Yeah, but
Wasn't like multi-man wasn't like 100-man like Smash added in an update?
was it? I don't remember. I thought it was in the game
It's
already.
been so long because I think it. I
They
know
added Stage
was.
Builder.
I remember like we didn't have Stage Builder at launch.
Yeah.
It took till we got Joker that we got Stage Builder.
You know, it's funny too because Stage Builder, like, first of all, it's a Switch game with a touchscreen, and they had that obviously in the game for the Wii U, and they're like, okay, so you're going to make a game lesser than the Wii U version by not having Stage Builder in it that you can use a touchscreen on. I'm not saying it was lesser than the Wii U version, but it's just like, I don't know. That to me, that's a perfect indication of them rushing the game out, because that was,
I think it was just Nintendo trying to push the game out.
well, yeah, because everyone's like, they were probably getting like freaking death threats and stuff like, we're the fucking Smash Brothers, you know, like, and they're like, oh shit, we got to get this out quick. Let's just make a trailer with Inkling looking at a sun with a slash through it. Yeah, and
Most
then
iconic image ever.
yeah, and then we'll have people screaming at Inklings looking at Smash Ball, and then that will be the that'll keep people talking for the next 3 months until we get to
Unreal that
E3.
Ultimate's coming up and it's it feels unreal that Ultimate's 5 years old. Like,
Yeah,
it doesn't. It just feels like yesterday when that Inkling teaser came out in March of 2018.
I think that's also to me, I think that's also an indication of how little content's in the game too. Because I think if there was a lot of stuff to do in the game, I think you'd be like satisfied with it now. Like right now, I think there is so much that isn't in the game that could have been in the game and probably was planned to be in the game if they took a little more time to do it. Like if it came out maybe in 2019 instead of 2018, they waited one more year to put something in the game, put more stuff, spend more time in the development. I think we probably would have had a better story. Probably would have maybe even have completely revamped movesets, because that's what I'm looking for in a new Smash game, is like reinvent the wheel with the moves. Because like, especially honestly, even if you look at just Mario
Would you
himself.
like to be more like a traditional fighting game, or like...
No. I don't think... When I say reinvent the wheel, I'm talking about, like, the characters' movesets. The actual core gameplay, I don't think it would be a Smash game if it wasn't a platformer.
Because that's... like, you want Mario to have a completely different moveset, for example, because he's basically had the same one since 64.
Well, yeah, and like the newest thing he has is freaking the Flood Pack still, as far as the moves.
Yeah,
go.
that was introduced in a freaking Brawl, so like.
Yep. Yeah, and not only that, it's based on a game that came out on the GameCube. So there have been like 4 Mario games that have come out since then.
Only like 5 people have played it on the Switch because deadlines.
Yeah. But so like you have Mario Galaxy, you have the new Super Mario. I mean, I understand why they might not want to draw eyes to New Super Mario Brothers, but I mean, those sold hundreds of millions of units.
Mario's Final Smash. It's still just a big fireball.
Yep. And then also, like, they have Mario Odyssey too. Like, there's a ton of stuff they could have brought from Mario Odyssey as far as moves. In fact, they could have done a whole Kirby thing where you throw the hat and you capture characters and you possess them or something. That could have been that might have been a little too OP, but I don't know. Could have been a
it would have been.
Oh, kind of like they had to mash up.
Or at the very least, you know what they could have done? You know how like in Mario Odyssey you can throw the hat and then you could jump off of the hat. Like you could do that. They could have done that where you throw the hat, you jump off of it as a recovery.
And all we got was a small cameo.
Yeah, like in his taunt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was surprised that they made a reference to Mario Maker with the builder outfit too, and even then, make like I don't know. Just
to be honest, honestly, I'd love to have like different alternate costumes. Like as someone I played Sonic. Like Sonic was like because I was a Sonic kid. But I played Sonic and I played Sonic in Brawl and I played Sonic in Smash 4, and his costumes are still just like, oh yeah.
Yeah,
look,
to me, Sonic has been the one that's done the worst, like the most dirty.
Yeah.
Because Sonic has so much stuff that they can pull from, and first of all, he's had the same moveset since Brawl. Hasn't changed at all. The only thing is the homing attack is like a little more tough, a little more effective than it originally was, but like everything's basically the same. Oh, and his up smash is like different, I think, but that's it. Like I had to
like you know what I think I could do? You know how in Smash 4 they had custom moves? Like do something like that again.
I don't even think they need to do that again. What they could do, because I think the problem was too. I think somebody, I don't think it was Sakurai himself, but somebody in the development decided that, you know what, instead of making Smash Brothers like a game that everyone wants to play, let's make it just for the competitive crowd. And I'm sorry, but I think I think it should be made for the casual. And I'm not saying
I
you can't
suck
play
at- I
it
suck at
competitive.
Smash Bros. Competitively, and but I have to, because that's all people. That's like all the people who really got into the game. I try to find playing with people who are casual, and usually like most of the stuff I played with was like competitive, which sure made me better at the game, a lot better than I probably would be, but I like playing the game with like more casual stuff.
Well, yeah,
Like
you
I
know,
am,
play with, you know, play the whole game. Don't just play one aspect of the game. You know, change it up a little bit. I agree with that. Hold on.
if you make one side too heavy, the other one's gonna tip over.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna catch up on because worst is in the chat. So let's see. Kirby's Air Ride instead of actual 3D Kirby Air Ride was lit though. The online of Ultimate is 80% of my hours in it. Yeah. For real, trophies were so much better. I 100% agree. In fact,
Trophies slapped.
I think that to me that was like the main reason I kept playing the game was because I was like, oh, well, I mean, especially Brawl, especially Brawl.
Trophy theme, like the trophy gallery theme in Brawl.
Oh yeah,
is so great.
I still have that like as freaking chill music. Whenever I'm like, I'm just gonna play some chill music right now, I put on the trophy gallery thing. They let's see. They added several modes post launch. They ruined All Stars mode. It was so much better in Melee, Brawl, and Smash 4. I agree.
Yeah, All Star. Yeah, they got rid of All Star. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so they that's the game they added late game was All Star mode. It came out in December. They probably rushed it for the holidays. Talking about when they released Smash Bros. Yeah, because no, it came out right after the Game Awards. Because remember, that was when they announced Joker. And they were like, also, the game's coming out tomorrow. Oh, it's coming out in a couple hours, actually. So, guess what? We're gonna release. That was the problem. They were trying to they were rushing the game out. And again, the game's finished, obviously. Like the game doesn't, I still have yet to encounter like any game breaking glitches. I mean, up until it took until Steve came out for them to find game breaking glitches. But so it's not like it's an unfinished game. It's just a game that they were like, you know what, let's just make the fan, let's just scratch that itch instead of making a game that, will go down in the books as like the best Smash game ever. Or one of the best games ever. I mean, like, really the only thing Smash Ultimate has going for it is the number of characters in it. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And just how, and it's by far the most balanced game too. But still.
When I went back and played through, I went back and played some, because there was like a period.
Holy crap! I'm still going.
Where I got really back in the Smash 4.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I kind of got like really sad because like that a lot of that game's features like. I wish I would have been older when I played that game because. Like that game had a lot of really cool ideas and features, and I just was like too young.
I liked the master orders and the crazy orders. I thought those were like fun distractions. And
there was built-in voice chat for friend games. Like you didn't have to use an online app.
Yeah, you used the Wii U gamepad, which wasn't the most efficient way of doing it, but it existed. They had the right idea.
It was real.
And also, don't forget, that was the era of Miiverse. If you were around during Miiverse, man, that was like the best game.
Dude, I have some posts of me on Archive on Miiverse.
Yeah.
I would share them, but it's basically doxing. It's my first because I was like 6 and I didn't know what I was doing. So it's my first name. So like
plays the whole game. Anyway, I was talking.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's
Anyways,
Yes, Smash Run.
I remember I got this really crappy like Minecraft ripoff on the Switch on the Wii U before Minecraft actually came to the Wii U.
Well, Cube Life Survival Island.
Yeah.
or something like that. I had one on the Wii U too. Yeah, I think it probably was the same game because there wasn't that many of them. So
Yeah, I played and I actually went and loaded up like a bunch of old worlds of mine on that game. And you know what? Like, I built some kind of cool stuff.
I just let's see. Worst says the voice chat on the Smash Wii U was terrible. I mean, yeah, it wasn't the best. Yeah, that's a. I mean, here's the question: was it better or worse than the option they give you on the Switch? Because it's available on Switch too. But is it better or worse than the Wii U gamepad? I don't know.
I don't like that you have to use the
Yeah, you got to use the app.
freaking mobile app. Like it's fine, but like the
It is
mobile
not
app is
fine.
just not fun to use.
It is not fine. It's like it is below subpar. Like, cause like think about it. If you're using like say if you're using it on an iPhone, if you want to be able to hear the game and also hear the voice chat at the same time, you need like 5 different dongles and wires to hear like everything. If you just want to hear
Android
the
user supremacy. Anyways,
both are terrible, but like, why can't we use the voice chat during the game like in Smash 4?
why could it
Oh
just
well, I
be
mean
plugged in straight
that's
to
just
the
a problem
system?
with Nintendo, not the game. Because that's the problem with that is Nintendo doesn't want actual voice chat. Because otherwise they'd have it in Splatoon too, but they don't. So, you know, that's the problem. Nintendo doesn't.
It's hard to play Splatoon when you're trying to direct your teammates and you can only use like Booyah and No, or what's the other one?
This way. That's
yeah,
this
this way.
way.
Yeah, but it used to
Yeah.
be
Just
come
they
on.
add 2 taunts to the other 2 though.
It used to be come on. Oh, and ouch when you die.
Yeah, that.
But
They should add taunts to those things.
yeah, it, to me that was a missed opportunity in Splatoon because Splatoon 3 because I feel like they could have. I feel like if they're gonna keep the D-pad doing booyah and this way or come on or whatever, at least make it so that you can change those to say something else, that way. Or add something to the left and right, but directional pad. That way you can, I don't know, be even more coordinated. I don't know.
And
Mario
that's
Kart
actually,
did that
like-
too. It was only in the lobby. Yeah, I remember that. Yep.
Back onto the topic of Nintendo games being $60. That's one of the reasons why I have yet to buy Splatoon 3. I want to get it. It's just like I don't have $60 to buy it currently.
Yeah, it's a. I also think the reason Nintendo did it at first, like I'm trying to think, how. I'm trying to think when they actually put them on sales. After they've been released. Like, say for example, like. Because I do remember
both the Wii U and the 3DS, so
I do remember like Twilight Princess was on sale at some point. When did they put Twilight Princess sale after it came out? Like how many years was it?
I think it was like the game came out in 2006. I think it was around like
Play Splatoon 2
2009.
instead, please. We're playing.
Solar. I have Splatoon 2. My Joy-Cons broke, so I have to use stick controls, and motion controls are based, and I just figured that out.
What?
Wow, hot take.
You threw out the motion controls?
No, so my Joy-Cons are acting up.
Oh.
Like what's weird is that because they won't register to turn on. But then again, I got my second Switch used from GameStop, so. But anyways, So I have to play with stick controls, and I used to not like motion controls because I wasn't playing on a TV, but for like the last month, whenever, for like the last year, Splatoon 2, when I played it a bit with you and I played it a bit on Brett streams, I started playing with the blaster on motion controls, and I liked it. Like, it was pretty fun. I was
Oh
getting
well,
used
yeah,
to it,
man.
and
Look, well, yeah. I mean, if you could, the way I describe motion controls is try it for a week, for 5 days. If you can get through 5 days, or no, play the single player on motion controls. And like if you're not like if you're just starting Splatoon and you're like, I'm not feeling these motion controls. I'm gonna play on stick controls. Play through the single player on motion controls. That way you're not under the stress of, actually having to help a teammate and getting kicked out of online if you, disconnect because you're playing badly or something. I don't know, but play through the single player.
And I did like start. I actually really liked playing the blaster though, and if I do pick up Splatoon, and that's the other reason why I haven't picked up Splatoon 3 either, because motion controls and Joy-Cons being weird. But yeah.
Well, I mean, for the most part, Splatoon 3 controls about the same.
Right with them, but if everyone else is using motion controls and you're using stick, you're usually that means you're kind of a burden, to be honest.
I
You
do
know
know
the
someone
aim
who's
is
supposed to
fast.
be in these sticks, so...
Yeah. Worst says I
Unless
didn't
you
know how to turn
one of
off
those
motion
people
controls.
with, like crazy freaking high sensitivity, which I don't get, but anyways.
Oh, you're talking about like people suggesting you put it on crazy high sensitivity?
Yeah, to look, because then you can have like really easy looking.
That there. I know a lot of people say go do that because why wouldn't you do that? But there are specific reasons to do both. Like, because
I like super precise ones for when I'm playing, for mainly because like when I take because everyone loves the amazing Nintendo Switch. We have drift in our Joy-Cons, so I like whenever I'm playing like when I'm playing like a game like a first-person shooter on my Switch.
Yeah.
I like having low sensitivity because then like it won't like crank your sticks like really far.
Yeah. If there is drift, I get what you're saying.
Like that's how I played through most of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas on my Switch because I just turned on the sensitivity pretty low and played it.
Well, so on as far as the motion controls on Splatoon goes, because I play E-Leader, like sniper all the time, and I don't care who you are, if you turn the sensitivity all the way up for a sniper, you're not hitting anything. I'm just gonna say it right now. But I mean, so having said that, like my sensitivity's like on, I guess, like right in between. I think it's on like plus 2.5 or something like that. Like right in between the center and all the way up. So specifically because I use the snipers, and you need like more slow, steady aiming for that.
I think I was on like -1 or 1.5 when I was playing the blasters, because I like that was the class I decided to go with, and I like playing blaster.
Yeah.
I just wish there was one of I can't with burst bombs because I like playing burst bombs.
Oh, there is in Splatoon 3.
That'll be a little... That'll be a little much.
Okay, I'm gonna try to focus this time so I can actually get in a place that's not 11th.
Yeah, do that.
And if I do, then the sound effects are coming.
I never got great at Splatoon. Like I only when I played Splatoon 2, I only got up to like level 30, which I know is because like that game I've had that game since that was the game I got with my Switch, and I
only got the Switch because of Splatoon 2.
I got my Switch because of Well, I wanted because I wanted the Nintendo console. And,
I got it
and
because of
wanted
Breath of the
to,
Wild.
I wanted to play. I think I was trying to think. I always like I wanted the new Nintendo console. I think it was like I was thinking about. I think I really wanted to get Mario Kart 8 Deluxe at the time because I didn't have Mario Kart 8
Ah!
even on the Wii U.
Holy crap,
and
everything's
I
here.
wanted
Sorry.
And I was like, honestly,
Go
like I did not have a giant pool of Wii U games. It was Smash 4, Nintendo Land, Mario 3D World, Sonic Lost World, anything else notable? Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing Transformed, which slaps, and
Mario Kart.
and then a bunch of shovelware, and that was about it. So like,
Ah, I hit
four
myself
games.
with my own shell. Sorry.
I only had 4 games on my Wii U.
Funyuns.
Splatoon, Smash. What are the other two?
You have Funyuns in your Wii U?
I only had 4 games.
Oh my freaking goodness.
Yeah, I've only had 4 games.
Oh, 4 games. Oh my god! I'm getting irritated.
Yes, I had Splatoon. No, I did not have Smash.
The Wii U was the first game, or first system that I actually bought. So, that was the first system where I actually was able to buy my own games and stuff. So I had quite a few games on the Wii U. The first game I bought, well, I bought 2. I bought the Wii U that came with Smash, and it came with Smash, and it came with Nintendo
Land.
Yeah, Nintendo Land. And then I bought Mario Kart 8 as well. Yeah, I got destroyed. Holy shit! Like they and I ended up in 12.
Nintendo Land's like it was fun. Like I really enjoyed it for what it was.
They missed an opportunity with Nintendo Land. They could have made it like it looks like a game that would have been kind of MMO style or something like that. Because you see all these Mii's walking around, or basically it's kind of set up to be that kind of game where like there be Mii's walking around playing all these games. You know what I mean? I played it for like 10. I played it for like 2 days, honestly, because I was like, because I got it at the time when Mario Kart and Smash like had just come out, and I was like, all right, Smash it is, Mario Kart it is. I got like the 2 games you want, you know. Oh no!
Yeah.
I just realized. So no, it was the Wii U that came with Mario 3D Land, 3D World. Because I also remember loving that game.
Yeah, mine was a 3D World and Nintendo Land. Was the 3D World Nintendo Black one.
Yeah.
You know what's something I find weird? In a lot of promotional material, there are white Wii U's, but the white Wii U's here in the States are like really hard to find.
They are. Well, here the reason is because the white Wii U's were the ones you didn't want to get because they had only like 8 gigabytes of storage in them, and the black ones had 32.
Like 512.
No.
I think mine had 512 gigs.
No, they only had like 32, but 32 is still more than 8.
Better than like 8, yeah.
So you could download like 2 games on it max. Thankfully, Nintendo's really good with making their games very small. But then you have the games like Xenoblade Chronicles X, which is 22 gigabytes. With the disc.
Like Tokyo Mirage Sessions FE.
Yeah, and also Breath of the Wild, which was supposed to be the big game on the Wii U. And it still was like 14 gigabytes. So, I'm pretty sure Smash Brothers would have been up there too, like in the 10 gigabytes or something like that. Because Smash has never been a small
I
game.
think Smash is only like 8 gigs.
On the Switch it is, yeah. I think on the Switch it's... No, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's smaller on the Switch than it is on the Wii U. Because it's
But,
on a cartridge.
I'm not gonna lie, the Wii U has more content, so I would see why.
Yeah, no.
Anyways.
Like, as complicated as it is to develop characters, they don't take that much space up on the system. As many characters
the
as there are.
HD Switch was really cool because they had like the Triforce and stuff on it.
The what?
The Wind Waker HD one.
Oh, yeah.
But what else was there?
No! Oh, it still hit me. What the frick?
Also, I played a lot of I still actively got Wii games when I got my Wii U. So I vividly remember playing Sonic Colors first on my Wii U.
I remember downloading Metro Prime Trilogy because that was the first. I was like, you know what? I've never played a Metroid. Let me download this on Wii U.
Oh, yeah, I did that with Poke Park Wii, which because there's a YouTuber I used to really like, and he did a Let's Play of it, and the game seemed interesting enough, so I picked it up. And the game's a mini game collection, but it's kind of fun, so that's cool.
Yeah. When I got Metro Prime Trilogy, I had like horrible internet. It took like 20 hours to download that game. It was like, and that was on the Wii U. And it took that long to download that game, because it's like three games in one. You get Metro Prime 1, 2, and 3 all in one. So that game was way bigger than it probably should have been. But that was the first time I played it. And I thought it was cool because the way you play at least the old Metroid Prime games is you use the Wii remote to aim instead of the sticks. Or on the GameCube's case, the C stick. It's weird how it works. So it's not like you move the camera with the C stick on the GameCube. You move the gun, and the gun, like if the gun is aimed at the edge of the screen, it moves the screen, but the gun itself moves as if you're using a pointer, from the Wii remote. But so when you're playing it on the Wii U, the gamepad itself can be used as the sensor bar. And I thought that was awesome. I was like, oh, I don't need a sensor bar. I could just use the gamepad. Because it had an IR sensor on where the camera was on the gamepad. So if you're playing it...
Prime on the Wii U plays like, so Prime plays like, how the Wii Call of Duties do, where you use the pointer to shoot.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was on the Wii too, but on the Wii / on the Wii U, you use the pointers to aim, and well, that's where it started. That's where they got the idea to do it like that on Call of Duty, and I think I mean, at least when oh, I thought I was about to fall in the water. But at least when they're doing that, like with the pointer, that's the way to do it, in my opinion. Like,
I remember, do you guys remember the big Wii gun that came with Link's crossbow training?
There was a bunch of Wii guns. I've seen everyone have a different Wii gun.
It was the one that looked like a Wii Super Scope.
What was it like? You put the Wii remote in the front, and then you put the joystick or the nunchuck in the back.
Nunchuck in the back, yes, that one.
And it's like it's basically like a full size like snap rifle. Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen like 50 different. Every house I went to that had a Wii had a different gun attachment. We had like two little Wii pistol looking things. In my we had two like freaking lightsabers. We lightsabers. You just put the Wii remote in and it's a freaking lightsaber. It lights up and you can freaking. Well, I think it was probably for the. I think it was definitely for the Lego Star Wars games when those came out, or maybe the Force. What is it?
Awakens.
No, that's the movie.
That's the movie.
Force Unleashed. That's it. Yeah. Because that was on Wii.
You can use it like You can use it like Smash the Wii Sports mode where it's like you use it as a sword. You could probably use it there too.
Yeah, Wii Sports was right. Well, yeah. I think you like if you use the motion controls in Lego Star Wars, it would like swing the lightsaber around. So, obviously that's probably what that was for. I mean, I used it like one time when we got the game, and then never used the attachments again. They were just kind of a novelty. Like, hey, they exist.
Yep.
That was just an extra way for the companies selling the game to make money. So, they're like, sure, if we can make little attachments that people will think they're being cool by using those, then sure, we'll make it weird looking attachments.
Yeah, like
It worked with the guitars. It worked with the Guitar Hero guitars because that's basically what they were.
The Wii guitars. You got the slap. You have to do it for the Wii drum sets too. For the Wii Guitar Hero drum set, you have to slap the Wii remote in there to play drums.
Actually, I always thought it was kind of bizarre that, I mean, because that like the little tiny Wii remote powered this whole drum set.
Yeah, I think it's kind of funny though. Like you plug in the Wii remote, yeah, bro, let's go. Let me plug in my Wii remote, bro. Let me play a freaking I don't know. Let me play Hot for Teacher on drums now with my Wii remote.
Yeah. Also, yeah, I always thought it was bizarre, but especially the drums. Like the guitar is, I get it because it's just, like it's just 5 buttons. It's basically, I mean,
it's not just 5 buttons. It's like it's
well,
like
it's
8
the
buttons and a strum bar.
Well, by that I mean like it's essentially the same amount of buttons that the classic controller has.
Yeah.
So in a sense, it's not like it's that complicated of a electrical system. It's just that, you know, this big ass thing is powered by this little remote. You know.
I actually wanted to get my. I actually wanted to get a
Get out of here!
I
What, you
actually wanted to get a
asshole!
drum kit, but I just don't have enough space in my house currently.
What? Man, that like right when this blue shell is about to hit this person in front of me, they're like, "Here, let me throw this banana at you." And he didn't even throw it; he just dropped it. I just happened to be there.
I've been meaning for my dad to get his old Ion Rock Band 2 kit out from the storage, and we just haven't got around to doing it yet.
Speaking of that, I have a. I was able to connect my e-kit to Clone Hero, and by golly, it works like butter. And by butter, I mean like it works like.
I have still yet to play any Guitar Hero drums at all, which sucks because I really want to play some songs on drums. Like I just got Guitar Hero 5. I want to play 21st Century Skizzled, man.
I will say if you're trying to learn how to play drums, at least basics, Guitar Hero is not a or Rock Band, one of the two, is not a bad way to start.
I'm not really like the thing about it is like they're like completely different ways. Like it's not like, but I mean like drums are like the drums are more like a mini drum kit, like, but for like guitar specifically, like it's completely different. Like
another blue
it's
shell.
Like the reason I like it so much is like
Was that a blue shell?
sure, like the amount of time you spend getting good at it, you can spend that time actually getting good at actual guitar, but like I don't know. It seems more appealing or inviting.
Why is everybody here? Why is everyone here? I'm sorry. Like, I have to address this. Like, as soon as I get hit, the whole freaking player base passes me. Like, why is everybody at the same freaking place? I was leading the pack for like 1 second. I get hit one time, the whole race passes me. Basically, the whole track passes me. Oh, yes, Bowser's Castle, please.
Oh yeah, fun fact.
BC3.
Also, I'm about to complain a bit, but so get ready for a rant. But
Be my guest.
I get why Joker was added to Smash to Ultimate, but every Persona fan's gotten so much Persona 5 crammed down their throat that I'm kind of mad that Joker got into the game. I get why though, because like it was making strides, man. This anime game is so good, everyone. You should get it. But like, I don't know. Like, I feel like Persona 5 is kind of overblown. Like I personally prefer the older PS2 ones.
The reason why Persona 5 sold so well, one, is because of just the aesthetic of it. Visually, when I say aesthetic, I mean it's very, I guess, current day in the aesthetic it uses. And also because of, unlike previous Persona games, they didn't really have, like...
Well, I'm not gonna lie.
They didn't really have YouTube back in the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Atlas milks the absolute heck out of it. Because, like, the thing about it was, like, basically not many, like, no one knew Persona 1 or 2. 3 was like
Yeah.
a pretty cult game. 4 Golden was around the time like YouTube stuff was getting, you know, like there. But with Persona 5, like, everyone was giving the games 9s and 10s and like,
Yeah.
so like, they made lots of accolades.
And also,
as well.
that was when Also, that was when the PS4 was like in its prime too, and that was when it was already hitting like 80 million units. When when Persona, like, you know, when the old Persona games came out, it was kind of like already. It was either before the system got like really really popular, or after it already had been, you know, kind of almost done with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what year did Persona 4 come out, for example?
So, the PS2 version was 08, and Golden, which is the version everyone played, was 2012. But the reason why Golden didn't sell so well, it was a Vita exclusive. They could have released it on the PS3, and it probably would have made more strides.
Also, holy crap, the PS2 version came out in 2008. That is ancient. Like for that no.
Yes,
oh,
it was. There was a 9-year gap in between games.
Because like
5 was in development.
Like the PS3, like had already been out for like 3 years.
Dude, all 3 of the Persona games on PS2 were like late release titles. Persona 3 was 2006.
Get out of here with that
Persona 3
boomerang! What the
was
frick?
2007. And
Go.
Persona,
Oh my God,
Persona
go.
4 was
Boop,
2008.
Bill, get the bullet bill out! Jeez. And I'm still in 7. Why? Like the you know what's worse than getting a bullet bill in 7th place? Getting a bullet bill while everyone else gets a bullet bill around you, so you don't actually gain a place. Everyone else everyone just stays in the same place they were in.
Yeah, that's not fun, especially when like you
True.
Yeah, because like it's one thing. Oh great, I'm the one person to get the bullet bill, so I can shoot ahead of everybody. Great. Everyone else got the bullet bill, so nothing happens. Just stagnation. Anyway, what were you saying? Something about freaking annoyances.
So yeah. So it was stupid because like Atlas was releasing Persona 3 was 2006, which is already like basically tail end of PS2's life.
Yeah.
And then Fest was 2007.
Oh yeah, and you know what?
Persona
3 coming out in 2006 is even worse too, because that's right when the PS3 and Xbox 360 is coming out, so nobody cared at that point.
Yeah. And then like Golden, like everyone had a Vita was like, it's a great game, everyone go play it. But no one had a Vita, so like
yeah.
So like it didn't sell at all because no one had a Vita, and the only way you could play it was on a Vita. For like from like 2012 to 2018, all you could play it on was a Vita, which is why like which is why like like everyone who said it was great, but it was hard to play.
Yeah.
Also
yeah, because it's like, I wish I could play it. I mean, yeah, it sounds great, but I ain't playing it. I can't play it, so yeah, that makes sense to me.
But like the thing about it was too though, I'm not gonna lie though, I kind of like that the like PS2 was still getting supported because like, dude, the PS2's last game came out in 2013. Like, sure, I know sports titles always do.
Oh,
But, like,
that is
they still had like
bullcrap.
active releases of like actually targeted at the hardware games until like 2008. So like, that's still pretty cool. Like that it lasted 8 years on the market and lasted a little bit for the PS3 time. Like the only other spots like it was like that happens with handhelds usually. Like how the 3DS would just not die for like the first 2 or 3 years of the Switch. But like,
I mean, in my opinion, it's still not dead. Because like, I don't know. I mean, I would love if I still had the games. Like, if I still had some of the 3DS games that I had back then, I would not stop playing them still.
But But also, I just found it kind of funny. Three of my favorite games of all time all came out in 2008. Like, that's just kind of funny to me.
2000. Oh, you mean like on different
They all came out the
consoles?
same year. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like 3DS didn't come out in 2008, but
Yeah, three of like you know, people have like a list of games that you love completely. Yeah, like that's the thing about it. But like my favorite game of all time, it's a janky one.
what the? How did I not? Anytime a person using a star passes me, I never get hit by them. I don't know what it is. I'm just sort of the star dodger, but I get hit by everything else. So, oh great! I get the 8. And
But it's a janky one, and it's got even more, and it has a really funny port job because it was ported 5 times, and each port was worse.
why am I facing? Continue.
Because it went from because then it went on to PC, and that PC port was ported to Steam, and that port was ported to Xbox 360 and PSN, and that version was ported to Steam.
Sonic.
Yep, Adventure.
Yeah.
Adventure is like just like you can say what you will about the game, but that game means so much to me. Like I've played it, like that game, I played it through thrice, and every playthrough has been better than the last.
I have a story about the game, but I'll tell it another day.
I mean-
The moral of the story is that I also love Sonic Adventure, but there's more to it. Like I got
The
a little.
Adventure duology is just like they're like so integral to my childhood.
I don't have quite the same story with Adventure 2 as I do with 1. Although I remember Adventure 2 being this fabled game that I never got to play because I had Sonic Mega Collection on the GameCube, and there were these little like basically in-game advertisements.
Yeah, like
Of the game.
the history of
History
of Sonic video.
And I would always play that and be like, what is this you know, this intriguing Sonic game that has like some kick-ass music that I just want
and
to play.
this Dark Hedgehog.
Well, I mean, I knew
And it's
I knew about Shadow
Sonic
way
X.
before I played that. Because I had played Sonic Heroes and Shadow the Hedgehog before I ever got to touch.
I still have yet to play Shadow the Hedgehog. I also hot take. Heroes is like kind of bad. Like
Depends on what you play it on.
both GameCube and PS2. I've played the best and worst version.
Well, the best version's the Xbox version. I don't know what you're talking about, GameCube.
The best version's the GameCube version because it was developed for the GameCube first.
That doesn't mean anything. I'm just saying. Well, I'll say, if you're playing it on the Xbox, the only bad thing about it is the controller, which can make or break it for you. But
Yeah, but like,
if you're looking for,
I have both the GameCube and the PS2 version, and I just find the game's level design like I don't like how long the levels are. Like the levels for, like even to get an A rank still go like 8 to 12 minutes.
to my understanding, that to me that was the point of Sonic Heroes, because one, they were trying to get out of the adventure formula. They were like, okay, we're trying to bring, because before that, Sonic, for the longest time, had either been, well, had first been on the Dreamcast, which obviously didn't last very long, as far as being on the market, officially on the market.
The
But-
Dreamcast deserve better, man. We love the Dreamcast.
But, and then, obviously it got sort of rebooted on the GameCube with the same games that were on the Dreamcast, you know, in a nutshell. So, people on the PlayStation and the Xbox were not used to that gameplay style. They were still
so they want to make something new. Yeah.
well, they were still coming, like their most likely their idea of Sonic was still Sonic 1, 2, and 3. So,
Like, you know what's something I find funny? The dialect between Sega of America and Sega of Japan back in like the mid '90s was like, oh my god. Like the Saturn was selling really well in Japan, so much so that I go back and I watch some anime from that time, or I watch stuff that takes place in that time, like High School Girl, great show. Where like the Saturn is like hailed as such a cool thing in that show, and like because it was in Japan, like the Saturn sold well in Japan.
well,
But here in the States, no Sonic game.
Sega's like massive in Japan. Actually, it's like advertised everywhere in Japan. There are like massive billboards in Japan where it's just a massive billboard of Sega. Like it's massive. Like it's
the
probably
Saturn, like, sold like nothing here, so of course, so then we had like they made the Dreamcast because they wanted to make like bring the people in America back, but like the Saturn was doing well in Japan.
Yeah, well, it's also, I mean, the reason the Saturn didn't do good in America was because Sega of America basically cucked the system by saying, yeah, like before the system was out a year, they're like, yes, Saturn's a failed system, basically. And, well, basically killing the momentum of the system. It's kind of like when Phil Spencer this year just came out and was like, yeah, Xbox Series X Xbox Series is losing this generation. I'm like, that is the worst possible thing you could say as the executive of your company trying to sell systems. Yeah, like, oh yeah, we're losing. It's like, no. What? Like, try to get people to buy your stuff.
When it's introduced, they made it so like, yeah, you can't play US games. It's always got to be online. And they were just like, for all you guys who want stuff to play offline, there's a system. It's called the Xbox 360.
Well, I'm just talking about like don't discourage your player base from buying your system by saying, oh yeah, we're gonna lose, so just don't buy the system. like that's.
Well, you know, also a lot of people say, and I think this is also a contributing factor. There was no big Sonic game on the Saturn here in the States. Like, we got Sonic R, we got compilations of the Sonic, of the classics, and we got Sonic R, and we got an upscale port of 3D Blast.
Well, a lot of people don't know about this, but 3D Blast was actually supposed to come out for the Saturn first. It was another situation identical to... semi-identical to...
Wasn't 3D Blast pushed on the Saturn, though? Because of Extreme being cancelled?
Yes.
Like, it was pushed to release earlier because of Extreme being cancelled?
Well, yeah, and it was also supposed to be a Sega CD thing too, but they were like, no, it was 32X. That's what it is because that's what the like if you look at even with how simple, like, you look at Sonic 3D Blast now and it looks very simple, but like back then that was actually very hard to pull off this sort of perspective 3D. Because like if you look at the Super Nintendo, really the only like main game that has sort of that similar style is Super Mario RPG.
Yeah.
Like Super Mario RPG looks like, compare that to, Super Mario World. It's like not even close as far as the actual, graphical detail and stuff they have in there, or just the complexity of the graphics in those old games. But yeah, so again, comparing like a 2D Sonic game to Sonic 3D Blast, it's like obviously there's a lot more that had to be, I guess, pushed through the power of that system to make that game run. So it makes sense that they would have put it on the Saturn, a system that was more capable of running it. But yeah, that too, I think, that was a weird era for Sonic, I would say, because like I think Sonic wasn't ready for 3D yet then.
Yeah, like Sonic Extreme looked like a major. It looked like it wasn't gonna do that well, to be honest.
I think
Yeah.
really they should have just done a good 2D Sonic, and then
Yeah,
saved
like,
3D for
you know,
Dreamcast.
like if they did that, everyone would be like what they did with Mega Man X, like how X4 and X5 and Mega Man 8 played it safe.
Yeah,
Because I
yeah.
mean they had Mega Man Legends, but they didn't make like a straight up 3D Mega Man game, like just called Mega Man 3D.
Yeah, to be honest, I think Mario 64 kind of made
Ruined
Sega
that,
like,
yeah.
oh shit, we gotta make a 3D game. We have
Yeah.
to. If we don't make a 3D game, we're like dead. And I mean, they just ended up basically not making any Sonic game. They made Knuckles
Yeah.
Chaotix. Great. Not the same.
Great music, not great game.
Yeah.
But,
But yeah, if they
but
made like,
that's most Sonic games. Like,
in
even
fact,
if
I
the
think
Sonic game sucks, it's got good music.
like if you look at Knuckles Chaotix, if they made a Sonic game with that sort of graphical style, but you know, just a
On
traditional
Saturn?
Sonic game, it probably would have done pretty well.
Yeah.
Because visually the game doesn't look horrible. You know. Stop eating me, Piranha Plant.
I wanted to say, hey Tacti, do you remember what your first RPG you ever played was?
I'll have to think about that one. Can't count Zelda because they're not RPGs. And I refuse to count them. Probably... Well, Pokemon, for sure.
Oh yeah, Pokemon. Yeah. That's pretty good. It was either Pokemon. I believe it was Pokemon Red for me, which you know,
Yeah.
pretty weird that I'm a member of Generation Z and I played the very first Game Boy Pokemon as my first ever ever Pokemon game. But
I mean, I'm the same way. I didn't play Pokemon until I was like in 6th grade, and I still played the Pokemon Blue. So
yeah,
that's my first Pokemon.
I played Red because I was like, I don't know, I was like, even though I grew up in a lot of I'm still growing up.
Yeah.
I grew up when I was younger, in a time when I kind of wish I could go back at the age I am now because there's a lot of stuff I missed out on that I know I would have enjoyed.
Well, I mean, there's stuff. I mean, as long as physical media is still coveted, that's
Yeah, but
to me that's stuff that
that's right, getting rid of Blu-rays because everyone's streaming now.
yeah, well, as long as the freaking emulation and game burning market is still thriving, I don't think I'll have a problem with that. But I'm not advocating for that, obviously, on stream. Just saying.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure there's still gonna be a market for people who buy overpriced anime DVD, Blu-rays and anime DVDs. So.
I've done that with manga already.
Yeah.
Still the only manga I have are Volume 1
I'm proud
of...
to say that I've only spent maybe a collective $30 on manga. Because I got Volume 1 of Splatoon, I got Volume 4 of Majora's Mask, and I got everyone's favorite manga, Dear S Volume 2.
Good thing you don't have one, otherwise I'd... No, never mind.
No, so the exact game store, the one I went to for most of my not my local one, but the big one that shows other stuff. They have everyone except the first one. They have 2 for $7 in the fan book.
Great.
But they don't have the first volume.
That sounds like music to my ears.
No, here's what I think happened. Someone bought it, they got the press, and they didn't like it, and then they
I'm
just
sure they
did
didn't.
for some reason. So yes. And I think and what's weird is knowing that anime's themes, why is the manga the manga is basically almost the exact same, except it's I don't know, some of the plot points from the anime are like done much earlier in the manga.
In other words, it's either rushed in the manga or dragged in the anime.
Dragged in the anime because like I actually have, as much as I read from it, I didn't get past like most of the anime arcs,
Go away.
which is the main reason people read the manga, because they want to like have more of the series they enjoy.
More context.
What?
More context.
Yes.
Yeah, because there's sometimes cut things that are like unnecessary, or maybe things that
Yeah.
don't
like,
translate
like-
well to visual.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, am I finally gonna come in a place that's not 10th to 12?
Because I read through.
Wait, hold up. I need to
Because,
concentrate for like 10
because
seconds.
I have read through memes. I've read through all.
Oh
the
my
series
god!
and
Of course, a
manga,
ghost would take my
And
mushrooms.
like
I
most
have
of
one
most,
manga.
and even though like most of the manga is like follows the same plot beats, there's like different things parts of the manga, because there is actually 2 runs for the manga. On Zero no Tsukaima.
What were you saying? I'm gonna
Anson,
Yeah.
you can turn me
segue
down.
to Anson. What were you
I'm
saying?
actually gonna leave pretty soon.
Oh.
Oh, well, bye. Pretty soon. What were you saying, Anson? Something about manga?
Hmm?
What were you saying about manga, Anson?
I do also have one book of manga, but only like one book.
Oh, what's it for? What like?
Book 2 is Splatoon.
Oh,
Yeah, is it? I have the
Second
first one
one.
of the Splatoon manga. Yeah, the second one.
I don't know why I
I've
had the
s-
second one and not the first.
I see that. I've only ever gotten manga because I like getting like. To me, getting manga is different from getting used games. I like you can put a used game in a nice box, right? But you can't put a used old used book. You can't make an old used book look nice if it's all torn up. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
so if I'm buying a used manga, it's got to be like. It's got to be like, pristine.
Yeah.
But
I've read through usually like through local libraries and stuff. I've read through like a lot of manga series. Like I've read through most of in Neon Genesis Evangelion, the manga version.
Yeah.
Because my school has like
I like a manga
10 of
section.
like the 14 volumes.
Oh, okay. There's
Which,
a couple.
I don't know if that's a great series for high school, but because there is a little bit of a anime
Yeah,
so-
anime
some fan
content.
service, but
Yeah, signature
But,
plot. If you know what I'm saying.
yeah, there's some plot in there. But mostly it's
Oh, stop it with the
and
bananas.
and it's different from the anime because it came out like after the anime, so it's like a different take on the story.
There's a lot of anime like that where it's sometimes the manga never comes out and it's just the anime,
Or sometimes it's, well, yeah, like I think out of the stuff I've watched, I've only had like 2. This is only an anime. Like there's like most of them at least have a light novel. What
Yeah.
usually happens is there's a lot of light novel volumes and there's like no manga volumes for some stuff.
I saw the You Know What light novel series in one of my.
Oh yeah, you told me that you saw the cultured chess game manga series. That we'll go with that.
Oh yeah, the chess game slash the one with the red hair. We'll just say that.
Crimson-haired demon princess of ruin.
Yeah, I also saw the other one with the red-haired demon princess.
You saw Testament?
Yes, I saw Testament.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the and it was in like a Barnes and it was either Barnes and Noble or
Barnes and Noble.
One of the two.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was right there. It wasn't even in the adult section. It was in like just the manga section.
Yeah, no,
whatever.
like I feel like they had
They probably don't even know.
Because I remember before I even got like watching anime, I knew. People talked about, you know, that show.
Things happening. Or
Yeah,
yeah.
people talked about that show like way before I even like started like figured out methods of how I watched anime. So like I knew about it, and I went to a bookstore one time. I did see it, and I think it had like rap over it because for some reason. Like,
Well, I
yeah,
mean,
I
if
think
it,
this was at like a Books a Million.
well, yeah, specifically for anything like that, if they want to, you know,
Sell it, yeah.
yeah, well, if they want to keep, you know,
Because you know, like
underage people from
like,
reading
it's
it,
not like a
best
video
thing to do
game
is
where,
put it
like,
in rap.
you have to actually put in the disc to see the video game. You can just like open up a page and like get straight to the
Yeah, straight to the content. We'll just
scenes.
say that.
Yeah.
Especially, specifically with manga slash, you know, light novels,
As-
because they're
Actually, it's
literally
usually better
drawn.
for manga, and there's more of light novels usually.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, like,
Hmm.
it's all drawn visually and graphic. It's not like you're reading about it. No, you're watching it and looking at it and seeing it. You know.
It is pretty funny to see though how like some like manga adaptations of some anime adaptations usually are toned down for anime reasons.
Yeah. Even though sometimes it's the opposite where they go even heavier.
Deers. Anyways,
Yeah. Yeah, of course you had to bring that one up, but it's true.
yeah, because the,
Yeah,
like,
it's true.
the manga is rated. The manga I got, it has a big old 13 plus on the back of it.
Well, is the show 13 plus? I don't know.
No, the show has full frontal.
Yeah, that's true. Wow. I forgot about
But,
that. I've seen the
yeah.
whole show.
Yeah,
For
it's-
the express reason of never
episode
having to
10,
see it again.
It's most just go watch episode 10 there.
Yeah, see, I forgot about it.
That's which is actually stupid because I believe on streaming episode 10
Right now.
is like episode 10 is actually an OVA, and episode 10 is actually an OVA, but they play it as an actual show, and usually they don't have episode 13 on streaming, which is really weird.
What?
Anyways,
I got knocked out.
Enough tangents about the stupid 2005 manga by a woman duo because of anyways, yeah. On to different topics.
I mean, at this point, it's like the channel meme. So
Yeah, it's we love the show. No, I'm not gonna lie though. That one's dubcast is pretty stacked for like that time. That one has like a lot of pretty famous voice actors and actresses from that time. I mean, you got Sam Riegel, you got Karen Strassman, you got Michelle Ruff, you got Yuri Lowenthal, and you got Wendy Lee. So
I like that you almost said Wendell Lee. Speaking of, when you said
it's Wendy.
I know.
I
When you
believe.
said Xianghua, by the way, earlier when you were talking about Soul Calibur, Winnie Lee plays Xianghua. So
That's fun. That's good. That's fun trivia. I remember yeah, it's like because I think I learned Taiga from Toradora.
I do, yes. Although I know Taiga for Taiga to me is
Taiga's English voice actor. Well, she's in another really crappy harem from like 2012, and she's also in Persona 5 as everyone's favorite cat guy, Morgana, and she's also she's also
Wait, what was the
what's the
crappy
name of
Harry
the fawn in
harem
the Spyro
from
remakes?
2012?
Mock and Key.
Oh, that crap! Oh, that's one that I wanted to forget about too. 'Cause-
Yeah.
yeah. That honestly, I mean, like I've completely forgot about Deers at this point, where it's just like, it like doesn't even come out to me in conversation. So to me, it's like worse when I actually remember something. I'm like, oh, why did I watch that? So like I still remember stuff specifically from Akihiro. I'm like I watch
You know
things
stuff
so I
from,
can
like,
recommend people not to watch them for
I'll bring up.
specific
You watch Kiss Axis, which I'm
Yeah, don't.
You watch Kiss Axis. How?
Yeah, don't.
I'm not. Don't worry. I won't.
Yeah, don't.
Incest is weird. Anyways,
Yeah, exactly. That's not even. Look. I'll just say I watch I watch things to be the info.
That's voiced by Clint Buckham. What's his name?
What you saying, Anson?
It's called like freaking
Stop stealing my mushroom.
Nakamo. My little sister is among them. Yeah, that
Oh
one.
no, I know that one.
Yeah. And then there's freaking CPC, which I refer to it as CPC because its actual name is like which it's funny because the anime adaptation took like 10 years to come out, which is pretty hilarious.
Oh, just
Because
like
that has a visual novel on the PS2, and the anime came out in 2010 for Cat Planet Cuties.
oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, that one.
Good.
That one is.
Good choice to
That one's
abbreviate.
weird, like guns and aliens. Yes. That's all I know. Kaggle aliens and guns. That's that anime.
Yeah, that's
and
about
then,
as like if you're describing like the weirdest aspects of anime to people, you're like, yeah, what's the like just the like I don't know. To me, that's like.
Yeah, let me give you some weird anime. I'm not gonna lie though. I have this year. I've watched some absolute crap this year. This is still my first year, but like currently like my watch list since like I've started this year of school, I've watched some absolute crap, but I found some shows that I'm like really enjoyed. Like I really like Sankaria or
Yes,
Sankaria.
Sankaria.
Yeah, Sankaria. That song is I really liked it. It was really good. And I also I watched Elfen Lied this year, and well I didn't love it. It was all right though.
Well, the whole point of it wasn't for you to love it, because it was more of like a so this is how, you know.
Depression. It was a pretty big stride for it it was really, that was so pretty early in anime like dubbing areas.
Well, that, and yeah, I think too, because I always like to think too about whenever I like sort of criticize something like that, I always think of the era it came out into. Like, for the time it came out, what else was out at the time, and what was it like compared to those?
Yeah.
So, like, for example, to me, the big year for like, or you know, the big like year or 2 years for anime was 2006/2007, because there was like all of like the big classic anime that you know, that you've heard about, that you probably haven't watched yet, came out in 2006. The only one I think you
I have like
probably, yeah.
I can't think of like the one show that immediately comes to my mind from like that 2006 and 2007 is Shakugan no Shana.
Familiar of Zero
enjoyed.
also came out then.
Yeah, Foz was then too.
But
Frick.
Fate
Fate, yeah, Fate
Yes.
906 was that year.
but also Death Note came out that year too. And
High School Host
Oh
Club
yeah,
was
right.
then.
That.
yep, and
High School Host Club.
yep, oh yeah, High School Host Club. And also Full Metal Alchemist, the first
First one, or was
yeah,
the
yeah, the
Brotherhood
original,
was like
yeah.
2007, wasn't it?
yeah, because Brotherhood came out after. I think that was like 2009ish or something like that. But yeah. It started in 2006 and like ended in 2007. I think it was the showtime.
Yeah.
You know, the runtime. But also the big three, like
Bleach,
the original.
Naruto, and
Yeah,
DBZ.
One Piece. Like that was their era. It was 2006.
Never seen those.
What were you saying?
Never seen those. Damn.
I've seen like the first few episodes of Bleach, and I'm actually
Same.
I like Bleach a
little bit
lot.
Naruto,
Actually.
that's it.
Naruto.
Yeah, I've caught my brother watching Naruto, but then again, like, he also, like, he is also like most of us, like teenagers in our family, we all watched anime at some point, and yeah, and it was pretty cool. He liked I watched some episodes. It was all right.
Yeah, to me, like shows like that where it's like, even if it's just 100 episodes, like the fact that I have to say just 100 episodes
It's hard for me to
bizarre
stand
enough.
even 52 episodes. Like, 24 is perfect for me usually.
24 is like
I really want to finish
sweet spot.
Vecca 7, but like it's because I really liked what I saw of it, but like I have another 26 episodes to finish, and I really liked what the first 13 episodes were about.
Yeah.
But like the rest of the show is just like I didn't really like the whole people are dying in war and I'm realizing we kill people and stuff like that. Arc of the main character. That was the first anime I heard. That one, I do really like Crispin Freeman in that show though. He's really good in
Crispin
that show.
Freeman is like
I never finished 2 animes.
Crispin Freeman needs to be in like every anime, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's great. Crispin Freeman's great.
Was he using the because he kind of has like 2 different modes. He has like a high pitched voice mode and he has a deep.
He
voice
was in
mode.
his lower pitch for Vecca 7 because he kind of plays a mentor character for the main
Yeah.
character, who is voiced by everyone's favorite, good old Johnny Young Bioche.
Oh, Jean Young Bioche. I don't know how you pronounce it, but
Yeah, Johnny Young Bosch. Who
but
I didn't get to meet, and I kind of said I didn't meet him, but I had never written the sign, so yay.
I will say. What was I gonna say? Something. Oh, Crispin Freeman. So he also played the main character in Chobits too.
And what?
Chobits.
Chobit. Oh yeah, he is Hideki.
Yep.
You're right.
Yeah, that's why I said
He's,
his high pitch because he kind of has like just a kind of casual, you know, normal guy voice in that.
I
I'm
feel like I recognize him from something that isn't those two. Let me pull it up for a sec real quick. Like, no, it's something I've seen. Like, it's. I don't know if it's something you've seen or not, but I know I recognize him from something.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? He's Winston in Overwatch. He's
Winston in Overwatch.
Yeah, he's the blue monkey or whatever the frick he is. I don't know.
He's a robot monkey, I believe.
Yeah, I remember like there was like some like new trailer that came out where he was like narrating or something like that, and I was like, why does that sound like freaking like I didn't know it was Overwatch that was playing. Someone was playing Overwatch, you know, in the other room, and I was hearing like Kion from Haruhi Suzumiya talking. I'm like, what the frick? Why is she suddenly watching Haruhi Suzumiya? It's freaking Winston. I'm like, what? He plays him? Because like that was one of the few characters I knew about from Overwatch. But obviously, I'd never played Overwatch, but I know some of the characters and stuff. But I never cared to play that game. But I thought it was interesting that he was in that game. So, what were you saying?
I played Overwatch at the camp I went to this summer.
Oh, I'm doing way better in this
Maybe that game.
race this time. Well, I say that and then I get hit by a shell. What time is it? It is exactly 12:28, but I'll say 12:30.
It's 12:30 where I am. Oh, that's why. Okay, Crispin is in he's in one of the later Digimon shows. That's what I remember.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah.
You know what else he's in? I know you haven't started watching Fate Zero yet.
He's in UBW and Fate Zero.
Yeah, he plays in the original like Fate Zero 6, who would have been Kira Kudomine, like the the final big bad of the show.
Mhm.
He plays him in Fate Zero and UBW. And I'll go ahead and say he's technically not the big bad of that show, but he's not the big friendly either. So,
Do you ever think you're actually gonna play the Fate visual novels?
I think I had him downloaded at some point, like a while back, and then I was like, or on a different computer, and I just never touched them because I was like, these are like 100-hour syncs.
Yeah, I've heard they're really long. I
Yeah.
don't plan to play them until I'm a bit older because apparently there is some kind of heavy that goes on like a lot more than the anime show.
Oh yeah.
In the-
Because
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and tell you, it was not meant. Well, at least the visual novel was not meant to be family friendly
Yeah.
material.
Most visual novels are not.
Yeah.
But,
And then, which, to its credit, they managed to turn something that wasn't like family friendly into like a PG-13 show. So, good on them.
No, and then you got like stuff like Today's Meal with the Amelia family. Or not Amelia, freaking Emiya. Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh yeah.
But oh yeah.
Or
I
the
did
Carnival
watch a really
Phantasm.
I did watch a pretty big shonen this year. I remember I just finished Mob Psycho not that long ago, season 1. I really liked Mob Psycho 100.
Is that that's shonen?
Yeah, it's I've heard it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does not have the shonen tag, but like I know it's big. It's like
Well, I mean,
I've
it doesn't
heard
have to
a
say
lot more.
Shonen Jump to be considered shonen, but
Yeah, like I think it is more targeted at a young boy audience. Like
yeah. The
you know,
shonen's just like
15-year-olds,
if
but,
it's like big action, kind of cartoony.
It's big. It's got big action. It's got big comedy, and it's got a bit of romance. So yeah,
Yeah.
about those.
Like, and really, it's like, especially if like the characters like say the name of their moves before they use them, then yeah, it's shonen.
It is not like that, but I do know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, like if they say like Kamehameha, or whatever the.
Did you know though that DxD is considered shonen?
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
Just in the.
Actually, like a lot of ecchi is considered there's a lot of ecchi that's shonen.
Yeah, well, just in the basic sense of, it's a lot of, like, kind of cartoony action in it. But, or, whimsical action, it's not very serious action. There's like, there's seriousness behind the, action, but it's more secondary to what's actually going on in the show, if that makes sense.
Yep. But like the thing about it is as someone who kind of depressingly has seen way too much ecchi for his own good, I'm very is it like what's the thing when you're you see something so much that you're immune to it?
Apathetic, or
Yeah, I'm so
apathetic is when you're don't care anymore, but it's more, I think it's not Stockholm Syndrome. That's like when you get stuck with something so long.
I'm so
Desensitized.
I'm
That's
just
it.
so used to it that I don't really care, and I usually watch ecchi for the plot, and I don't like the ecchi like a show Don't Toy with Miss Nagatoro. That's one.
Oh no!
Or
I almost got knocked off.
Of course, there is some some shows with where they're so bad that all that you get is the ecchi, and that just makes the show terrible. Those are the 1.5 shows for me. If I can't find actual plot in this show that I enjoy and characters I actually enjoy, this is just a nothing show because this doesn't do stuff that this doesn't. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, it's not worth the watch if
Yes.
all it is there for the just say
the other
visual
parts
appeal.
don't even seem to work for me. Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Now,
let's just say they're
it's probably because I haven't really like learned with taste, but there are some shows where I feel like we're like the consensus is they're not very great shows, but I still enjoy them for what they are, even with stuff like that. So yeah.
well, take for example. Well, I mean, this isn't really the same example, but take for example Sekirei, for example. That's like
Yeah, like how like how it's got like fan service like thing, but there's an actual like discernible plot you can enjoy from the show. Alright, yes.
yeah. Well, and really, that one's like very. That one's probably more shonen than freaking DxD.
It's I believe it's seinen actually, but I will check.
Well, so the difference for seinen, I mean, on paper maybe, but visually, like the difference, in my opinion, the difference between seinen and shonen is how, because like a lot of people say, oh, like nobody dies in shonen anime. It's like, not correct, because a lot of people die in like Dragon Ball, but it's, to me, it's always been like how gruesome death is in a show, and also two, how like, I guess in how it affects you, or
That's
how
another
it
show that I think like oh, it doesn't have an actually great plot. There's another reason about the show that like makes it a bit better, because when I think of Better Samurai Girls, like sure it's not a good show, but the animation style
yeah.
is still really cool.
Yeah, yeah. There's some things where like the show itself might not be the best thing, but there's something intriguing going for it. It's one of the reasons why I like.
That's why I really enjoy something like Is This a Zombie, for example, which because it's not a great show. Like it is not an amazing anime. Like there are so much better shows you can watch out there, but I enjoy it for what it is. And I feel like, and a lot of the jokes land for me, which is maybe why I enjoy it more than some people would. Like you with freaking people. I remember I heard like you really like Hajimete no Gal because of its jokes.
Yes. Oh yeah, because I remember seeing a lot of people actually like hated those jokes because like from the specifically from the dub.
Trump joke to the dub.
Yeah, and I like I think to me like political affiliation aside, like I think
political humor.
Because like if they inserted like because obviously yes it was a Trump joke, but if they inserted an Obama joke, I still would have probably laughed because it was like okay they took something where it was like it probably didn't make sense if they like in the Japanese dub if they did the same exact joke or something in English, it probably wouldn't make sense to us English speakers.
Yeah,
so
they did the same with they're doing the same thing right now with a current seasonal I've been watching, where they have some like jokes that are different in the dubs and the sub that are more tailored towards American viewers.
Yeah, it's like to me it makes more sense specifically for jokes. If you dub something exactly and it's like a Japanese joke, if we don't get that joke, it's not going to be funny. And then you'll see characters laughing, and you're like, why are you laughing? I don't get this. But then, if you, because I
freaking laughed at this show because there was a Breaking Bad reference in the current anime I've been watching.
Yes.
And it was pretty funny.
That's one of the reasons why, like, I didn't hate, like, that's one of the reasons I wasn't, I was, kind of kept going back to DxD because there was a lot of like the way that the three the three guys that were like in the school, the way that they dubbed those guys was kind of just entertaining to me. Even with as stupid as they were, it was like
they feel exactly like the the Hajimete no Gal's MC friends.
Yes, exactly.
Aside from the freaking creepo.
Yeah. Although, I will say, Hajimete no Gal did it better, because they were a little more involved in the story than the other ones were, but...
Okay, I'm gonna hop off for a second. I gotta take a phone call.
Apparently everybody's in a Christmas party. Everybody. Raul's in a Christmas party, Scott Reels Productions in a Christmas party, or a family get-together right now or something. Tomorrow, I'm gonna be at, eating out with some folks, so yeah. I guess everybody's got some holiday fun going on with sometime this week and also next week, because in exactly 7 days, no, 9 days, it'll be Christmas. 8 days, I don't know, I can count, I promise.
9.
Yeah, 7. Yeah. Well, because it's already December 17th now. Well, for me it is. I don't know where you are, but... Oh yeah, you're in you're in Canada, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, okay. Okay. I'm gonna take this time to actually focus on actually winning a race this time.
Okay, I'm back.
As soon as I say that, I turn the wrong way. I'm going on bottom this time. You know what I just watched for the first time, like yesterday?
What?
So I had already seen the Shadow the Hedgehog fan dub, the real-time fan dub, like last year.
Yeah.
I just watched the Sonic Adventure 2 real-time fan dub. That one is like...
the SA2 one?
Yeah,
the SA2 one was the original.
No, I know, but that was like 4 or 5 years ago. So I only came across like the fan dub realm yet last year.
Alfred is like the best Eggman.
Well, I watched. I was like, that is one of the most that dub. First of all, I think it's funnier than the Shadow the Hedgehog one. I do think the Shadow the
Sonic 06 one because I like the Sonic 06 fan dub.
Well, I think like in as far as production value goes, I think they did the Shadow one the best because it kind of the way that they did the scenes.
I believe
sequence.
The main I believe lady who works on this is she does like actual music covers for the things, and it's pretty cool.
Well, yeah, she's the one that she basically directed the whole thing. But I will say, I think still the best voice choice was the person who played Black Doom, just because of just the direction they chose to the fact that they made Black Doom basically a mafia boss was just like, of course that would work. Like, I don't know, and it kind of resonated with me because my grandparents, both deceased grandparents, basically sounded exactly like him. So I was just like, yeah, that's how they sound. That's exactly how they sound. Anyway, yeah, so.
Yeah. Crap, what else do I want to talk about? Frickin',
something about.
Crap, but what else?
Anime voice actors. Oh! I'll talk about something.
Yeah, anime voice actors.
Oh, well, I was gonna say, I still have, I still have the ability to, like, audition for voice acting. In the sense that
cool, man.
I got these, because I got this, like, cast... and I've been wanting to, like... Because I got all this new equipment, right? But I haven't used it for anything yet, except stream. So, I might as well, like, make the best of the equipment I got. I got this new freaking... I got this... Like, this... I'm telling you, this microphone is supposed to be like, first of all, it's a condenser microphone, so it's great for recording voices.
See, the few things I think I'm I'm hoping for two things this Christmas, and I already know I'm getting one of them, so yay.
Okay.
So, because I already know I'm getting a better pair of earbuds, which I want because I like my music quality good. I also like if I'm watching a really old anime and the dub's like really quiet, it's good to have headphones.
True.
But and the other thing I'm hoping is I actually do want to get a PSP. I had one. The first one I got, I kind of got scammed. I kind of got played for a fool on it. Because what happened was like, I bought it for parts only, because the sound was broken on it, so I had to use headphones to play on it, right?
Yeah.
So you don't know how much that thing went through, and let's
Yeah,
just
sure.
say the thing broke on me within like 3 months of me using it. So I'm probably going to get like one that's actually like made care of. That's and
Oh my God.
because I want to play because I wanted to play Rock Band Unplugged mainly, but also there's some other stuff on there that just like seems really cool. Because like the PSP library is pretty cool. You can do a lot of PSP. Like you can there's ways to compress like files all the way down to play like full on. Like they released like a lot of movies on there.
Well, yeah, they did that with the Game Boy Advance too. You remember that? They had the Game Boy.
Yeah, you can watch Shrek 2 on your
Yeah,
Game Boy Advance in 240p.
I had Shrek 2, and I had this compilation of Cartoon Network cartoons. It was like Dexter and freaking Johnny Bravo. And then, what was the other? It was The Grim Adventures of Billy Mandy.
Billy and Mandy.
And then another one, I think the other one was Kids Next Door. Codename Kids Next Door.
Yeah, Kids Next Door is awesome. You know what's pretty funny about it though?
They were crappy
like,
episodes, but they were good.
Thing of for like, oh, go ahead.
I was saying they were crappy episodes. They were like the worst, some of the worst episodes of all of them. But they had like multiple iterations of those though. I think they had like some SpongeBob
they did
ones
one
too.
for they had some 4Kids anime on there. You had Sonic X on there, I believe.
Yeah, I saw those in like a GameStop or something.
And
a couple times. Those are rare
the PSP,
too.
they were like just the full-length TV shows or movies on the UMD. The main thing that sucks about the PSP though is, if you're not playing games digitally, that disc reader on that thing, loud,
Yeah.
really loud. Like people complain about the Dreamcast disc reader. Nah, the PSP disc reader is loud.
Actually, you know what? After a while, my Wii disc reader got very loud, especially for Smash Brothers. I remember at a certain point, I had played Smash Brothers so much that the disc literally had burn marks on it, like,
Dang.
and it wouldn't play anymore. I was so like freaking defeated when I couldn't play Smash Brothers anymore. Brawl.
I think that's kind of what's happened to both the family Xbox 360 and PS3. Where my PS3, if it gets too hot, it will just like be on an infinite loading screen on some games.
Yeah.
The 360, it got so bad that the disk drive, it would take me like 5 minutes of getting the disk drive just right to play disc games on it.
Yeah. Oh, also, I think I remember the original Xbox being pretty loud too. I mean, the original Xbox was massive, but like
yeah, the big chonker Xbox.
I mean, to me, that was one of the coolest things I remember like getting one.
I think what's cool about the original, you know, the Tony Hawk games.
Yes.
On the original Xbox, you can make your own custom soundtracks for those versions of the game.
There were certain ones, not all of them, because I had Tony Hawk Underground. They didn't have anything like that. They had system.
Underground doesn't. It's 2 and 3 has it, I believe.
Yeah. By the way, Tony Hawk Underground. It's not only
game. Love it.
it's not
you know
it's
what
not
it's
only
got on there?
underground. It's underrated.
You know what it's got on there?
Friggin' Kiss.
Freaking Queens of the Stone Age.
Oh, what song was it? What was on there?
You ain't think I worth. You ain't think I'm worth a penny, but I feel like a millionaire. That's like the first track on
What the?
the one if no one knows and go with the flow.
Oh yeah. The one with the.
Songs for the deaf.
Yeah. What the? No wonder I don't remember that song. I would never have been able to remember that. The only song I remember is the one on the. I mean, I remembered a lot of songs, but the one I remembered was the intro
No one
song.
knows.
Music, pop,
Which one?
pop, pop, that one.
Yeah.
Which I mean, it's not the
Underground
best
also
song.
has,
but-
Underground also.
Stop.
That was my introduction to Jane's Addiction. That was also my introduction to Sublime.
Yeah. Really, that was my introduction to Kiss. I'd never like actively listened to a Kiss song until I played that particular game.
I've grown up with classic rock all my life, so I think I've heard Kiss before.
I'd listened to a lot of metal before I listened to a lot of rock. Ironically.
Yeah, it was the opposite. I became more of a metalhead as I've grown older.
Well, my dad like pushed metal on me. Like the first songs I remember listening to were like freaking Metallica and Slayer and stuff.
I literally.
Whoops! Did not mean to pick that.
I never knew this. My dad just gave me his. He apparently went to a tour of Rob Zombie of all people, which is like way after his era, and I was like, "You have a shirt from this?" I was pretty surprised.
No. I guess. Well, I mean, because I like my mom or my dad was like real into like, he was a metal. Well, he would like, I mean, he was a guitar player, so he like.
Yeah, I get it.
But and my mom was like into country, so I was kind of.
Yeah, like. That was I've heard a lot of like 70s and 80s stuff because that was like the stuff when both my parents were young, so.
Mhm.
But like I really enjoy but like as I've grown older, I've mainly discovered like a lot of the stuff from like the mid 2000s, mainly because of Tony Hawk and Guitar Hero. Like Underground 2 was my introduction to Red Hot Chili Peppers. Well, no, Philips 3 was, but. Yeah. 2 introduced me to Rage Against the Machine too. I just remember that.
Yes, that's when I heard Guerrilla Radio, right?
Yeah, Guerrilla
Yeah.
Radio was on there.
That
That was my introduction to Anthrax too.
Yep. I remember like I had the game on the PS1, like when I was like 5 or something like that, and I remember still remembering that, even though I didn't remember what the song was from. I remember still like for like 20 years I still remembered like the intro or something to that song. I was like, man, what the frick is that song? Oh, this is the wait, this is Vancouver, right?
Yeah.
The map.
Also, Tony Hawk 4 is my favorite soundtrack because first off they got AC/DC, they got Sex Pistols, they got System of a Down, they got Number of the Beast, they got the Offspring on there.
I remember they had the freaking what was that? The jump around, whatever that song is.
What?
It's like jump around, jump up and get down. That song. I don't know.
think it was. I've played every Tony Hawk except the final one. I don't remember hearing that song.
That one. Well, I played the PS2 for. I don't know what.
The
version.
final. I actually kind of want to play the final one though because it's got The Pretender by the Foo Fighters, and I love that song.
The final one, like Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5.
No, the last one that was like actually like made by the original dev team before they made Guitar Hero.
Oh, you mean Neversoft?
Yeah.
Did you know
Proving
Neversoft?
ground
I
most
think they
of
got
them.
canned after. I think the last game they made was friggin' Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock. I think that was the
Yeah,
last
it
game.
was, I believe.
Yeah.
And they got like merged with Infinity Ward. But
Worst mistake
Guitar
they
Hero-
made. Because now we have
But yeah.
Activision getting bought by Microsoft.
I put Guitar Hero in like the I have different eras for Tony Hawk. There's the first 3 games, which are the 2-minute timer goals, go do all these stuff in 2 minutes.
Of course
And
I'm in
then there's-
12.
And there's the there's the goals trilogy, which is which is 4, Underground 1, and Underground 2,
Yes.
where you get objectives usually from people and then go
Yes.
do them. But Underground 2 is more like open. And then there's the open world ones, but calling them next gen wouldn't be the best because American Wasteland was on like everything at the time.
Yeah.
Which,
Can I put a mute on the voice chat for a sec? I'm trying to like win at least one race.
Sure. I'm actually gonna leave, so that's
Yeah,
fine.
and also at the end the stream because we've been going for like 3 hours and I'm tired and I have to.
That's fine,
be
man.
out there
I'm
late.
gonna go to bed soon too.
So
Alright, well.
this will be the last race.
Yeah, have fun, man. Hey, y'all have a good night. I hope work goes well for you for the next week, and Merry Christmas.
Indeed. Yep. Keep them spirits up because yeah.
Yep, I got 2 more days of school and then Christmas break. Woohoo!
Oh yeah, that's true.
I'm probably gonna dig deep, binge a bunch of shows, probably play some Xenoblade, and have fun.
Yep.
Yeah,
Honestly,
anyway.
I might stream Xenoblade again, like the next
Well, I'll be.
segment on Monday.
I should be able to stay up like a bit later. The main reason I hate about you is like, usually because my Switch is at like one of my houses, but I usually have a pretty early bedtime at one of those houses.
Mm.
So like and you stream pretty late, so it's kind of hard for me to like play for long.
It's hard for me to stream early.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I know with work and all that, but so like I usually can only stay in like voice chat or be in like channel.
Well, and
when
I
you're-
will say once peak season, aka Christmas time is over, I'll be on a regular schedule with Saturday and Sunday off, so I'll be able to like stream on Friday and Saturday instead of
Okay,
one
cool.
day a week.
Well, man, I'm excited for what the future holds for the channel, and yeah.
Well, I still want to make because I don't know if I've said this on these streams.
I
I've told
wrote some scripts for some videos, and I just haven't gotten around to like actually recording them.
Well, I've told Varel this on this channel. I have plans to talking I guess you could say predicting like directions
Having
they
a
could go.
podcast?
Well, yeah, predicting directions they could go in the upcoming like Nintendo movies that they're making. So like
That sounds cool, man.
like
I might give that a listen while I'm working on schoolwork and stuff.
yeah, like I'm planning on making a video specifically on talking about what they could do with the rumored Zelda movie. But also, if they're like I'm like, well, if they're gonna do a Mario and a Zelda movie, then they're probably going to do like a Metro movie and maybe a Star Fox. I think a Star Fox movie would be like
I think
Like-
yeah, we've already had live action Pokemon movies, so
well, yeah, but here's the thing: Star Fox, I think, has the potential to be like if they took, because really Star Fox is like a parody, like a kind of an Animal Friends parody of Star Wars. That's really what it is. They have the opportunity to make a freaking Spaceballs level comedy
Yeah.
with Star Fox, and
I
I
think
think
there was like a canceled series that was supposed to be like that using puppets.
Spaceballs.
No, of Star Fox.
Oh, sorry. I mean, they had the Nintendo Direct one time,
Yeah.
which means they had puppets. They had at least 3, because they had a Falco puppet, and they had a Fox puppet, and they had a Peppy Hair puppet. So they
No
exist.
Slippy.
Okay, you're back, Worst. Well, welcome back. Well, I mean,
I've never played.
stream's almost over.
I've only ever played like a bit of the first Star Fox on SNES. I've never played Star Fox 64.
I've never played Star Fox. I can't say that. I played Star Fox Zero like when it first came out, and I was like, oh, this is cool for like 10 seconds. And I'm like, oh, I have no idea what's going on here. This game is like way too complicated. Like, and I like complicated games. I play Xenoblade. That game is like 10 times more complicated.
I have a lot of like Xenoblade fans in my friend group, so like I know a lot about like kind of I've heard a lot about the memes, and I've heard some like I haven't got plot spoilers but I know some more stuff about like their opinions on the games and stuff. So
well, I will. Yeah, I'll say the Xenoblade community is pretty like anal when it comes to spoilers, and by anal I mean like they're like, yeah, if you haven't played Xenoblade, nobody. First of all, signal that you've never played it, and also if you signal that you never played it, you're not getting a peep out of anyone, you know, unless you ask about it. So,
yeah,
they're
well.
From what I've seen, they're pretty good with keeping spoilers out.
Well,
just don't go on Reddit.
This one, and I'm gonna head out, man. So.
Okay.
Yeah. It's been really fun talking to you though. Like this last 3 hours has gone by like really quickly because of me just talking, rambling about random BS with you.
Sure. Cool thing. All right.
Yeah. Well, have fun, man, and I hope work goes well. And again, Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah. Yeah, sweet.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, Solar. Well, I was kind of distracted for the past like 3 hours. So by distracted I mean, I guess, conversing for a while, and also I'm like struggling to stay awake. So I will have to end the stream probably right after this race. Really wanted to end it at the 3 hours and 30-minute mark, as you can see between the chat boxes. But I do want the next multiplayer stream I do to be Splatoon. Specifically Splatoon. And I was hoping... really, I was hoping to get off earlier today so I could do like a Jackbox Party Pack stream, because I wanted that to be like the birthday... like my birthday stream. But we'll have to stick with just what I decided to do today. So, and I figure because, as well, we didn't really... well, I guess we had 5 people in here. Total. I think I saw a total of 5, like, chat viewers. So it wasn't like it was a ghost town. I've never, like, not gotten hit by the blue shell. If it existed, I got hit with it, even if I wasn't in first. All of a sudden, I'm very annoyed. Okay, I need a win, or you know, to gain like at least 2 places. No, go away with them. Oh my goodness, I can't even go through a shortcut because someone's gonna star me. The Pokemon star me. No, it's not. Is that a Pokemon? Yes, it is. That's the evolution of Staryu, right? Yeah, Staryu and Star Me. Okay, I'm gonna end the stream because I'm very tired. I'm like, again, struggling to stay awake. So, I would say expect a possible Xenoblade stream on Monday because I want to finish the game before... really I want to finish it before, like, I don't know, the next, like... Before I finish the other game that I didn't finish, which was Fire Emblem. Before I finish the other game... Other game that I didn't finish, which was the Pokemon, you know, game. Pokemon Crystal. So, yeah. And I kind of want to get to the swing of, like... Once I'm done with... peak season of my job, I want to get to the swing of like having a specific day for the multiplayer stream and a specific day for the single player stream. So I'll figure that out as we go here. But I'm gonna try to target Monday as the single player stream this week. So for anyone who dropped by, thank you all for watching, and I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here. So yeah, see you. Hello? Yes. There we go.